What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Extreme Truth Podcast. I'm your host, Jimmy Bones. I'm here with one half of the Icon Legend Connection, James the Icon Grant. What's up, bro?
Yo, Jimmy Bones, what's going down in the hood right now is Extreme Truth Podcast, Icon Legend Connection, and the legend trying to get connected. So we're going to do what we do best and make it happen. Let's go, baby!
Let's get it. Let's get it. As always, we're going to start with our current events. The past week's been kind of crazy. At first I said it's not that bad till I went and looked back at all the stories, but let's talk about somebody I thought was...
Motherfuckers are crazy, Jimmy. Motherfuckers are crazy.
All right, well, let's start with somebody I thought was done.
Okay.
Derek Chauvin, the cop convicted of killing George Floyd, is trying to petition to get his conviction overturned. And he's trying to get a new trial because he's claiming that the jury was prejudiced because they weren't sequestered. And one of the jurors was seen at a Black Lives Matter rally in the summer. So he's actually trying to get a new trial right now and get his charges dropped. Please tell me you heard about this.
All right. So if I was to do a Black Lives Matter protest now, and then all of a sudden in October, they call me up for a jury and I'm the one that gets selected. They say, oh no, he was marching in the Black Lives Matter. Like all of a sudden, I'm not really black. I can't,
You know what it is? See, the problem is this is a case about killing black people. And this is a man that don't want black people to be shot. Now, we can't have him on the jury.
Exactly.
We need somebody that's good with that. But I mean, you knew they were going to appeal it regardless. I don't see, even if they did the case again, I don't see how it could still be an acquittal. They got it on tape. Like, they got you on tape. You know what's bad when your boss testified against you. The chief of police testified. His training officer testified.
When you are a cop and your cop boss, okay. So you know what? Yeah, you really fucked up, dog. I can't even help
it. It's bad when 911 testifies against you.
And you're 911.
911 called 911 and the cops was like, yo, this don't look right. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen with this. But in other news, Derek Chauvin and the three other officers that was participated in the murder of George Floyd, death of George Floyd, because he died of, what did they say, car fumes, along with swallowing a pill.
Car fumes, swallowing a pill. He caught a disease back in 1987. Just ridiculous.
Black plague,
He was intoxicated.
Intoxicated.
He was intoxicated, and he was with a bunch of people that was in a car.
And the estimated fake figures would show that he would have died at that time anyway.
Of course.
That's what
We got Legend back. Legend, what's up, brother?
Hey, good evening, everybody. It's the original official one. Hey, I see you over there. You know what I'm saying? My bad about that. I had to relocate real quick, you know what I mean? Catch up on everything. I see them coming in. Y'all keep on coming in. We about to get this down. I know they already done started. The Jimmy Bone Icon Connection. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. I done formed the Voltron right here. So we ready? I know y'all already started. I'm gonna
get hold on. You got connection. Hold up, Legend. You said you got connection. You had to switch to a different location. Were you at the attic? You had to get closer? Like
I hope I ain't got to get that deep tonight, but I might have to go into an attic. You know what I'm saying? All right, now I'm live from the Playhouse. You know what I'm saying? And right now, come out to play. Bring it out.
The Playhouse?
I got Playhouse right now.
So my bad for being tardy to the party. Jimmy Bones, what we got?
All right, well,
we got niggas dying. No. What we got, Jimmy? What we got?
The three cops, they were charged with federal charges now. So even if Derek Chauvin beats the state case, the state charges for murdering George Floyd, the feds just dropped charges for civil rights violations and excessive force on him and the other three officers.
So I'm gonna
hold on. The civil rights drop. The civil rights drop the charge.
No. The feds charged them.
Okay.
With civil rights violations and excessive force.
All right. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Beautiful.
Right. So basically with that, on top of that, they found some charges of what he did as far as like with a 14-year-old minor on an arrest where he broke the minor's arm, and he also knelt on him longer than he actually did George Floyd. Thank God the young man, no matter what the crime was, thank God he survived, because Derek Chauvin, he's not judge, jury, or executioner. So now with these other charges
Yes.
being placed on, like I said, yeah, but man, you was caught like you got too relaxed on your murder.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
You
now
know, if he
the
was
question is
black, I would
about
have said he was getting nigga happy.
right, exactly. No, I guess he was getting wigger happy. The whole situation.
You know what? You know
Yeah.
what? Hey, yeah. Sorry. Keep
No,
going.
go
Sorry
ahead,
about that.
go ahead, speak, brother. I'm the one late. Shit, I'm kind of trying to catch up. Talk to me.
Nah, catch up, legend. Shit.
Okay, so
Now, I was going to
basically,
say cause I said no. I'm sorry. I said the wrong thing. I said if he was black, I would have said he was nigga happy. That's the wrong thing to say because we all know that you don't have to be black to be a nigga. Keep going, legend.
Yeah.
okay. Well, thank God you edit the shows. So anyway, you know what I'm saying. So anyway, so this is the one talking point I want to have with this. Like, fuck him. He's done. You know what I'm saying? If he's not, I even want to speak. It's about the two rookie cops that was on duty that day. The newest ones, whatever the case is. So this is the thing that we have to kind of put ourselves in a situation, right? If we're, because I think one of them wasn't like the first or second day on the job or something like that. I'm not making excuses. So let's make sure we don't understand, I'm not rolling into whatever, but I'm rolling into logic.
One of them, it was the first day. The other one, it was his third day.
Okay.
So
right.
imagine it's your first day of work and you seen a guy being killed right in front.
Okay.
That's fucked up.
So first of all, if I'm not being told that you're killing the motherfucker, I'm just going to understand you know what you're doing, right? Now, with their training, you would think that they could sit up there and they could distinguish. Okay, well, I didn't see that in my training. I didn't see that doing whatever, especially not with the hands in the pockets. Like I thought that motherfucker was taking a. I want to make a joke. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
the thing is just like. We understand that the Blue Lives, they have a fraternity, right? So I guess they're understanding like, okay, we're going to follow behind because we don't know what procedure is and this, that, whatever the case may be. I don't think we should judge the two new guys. And like I said, I'm not up there saying that, okay, they weren't down for what was going on, this, that, whatever. It depends on how they play their case. But we can't blame the new guys on the job for if the seniors in charges, this is how to teach them, this is how we do. This is why we talk about police reform and all this, but it's a whole big argument and all this, that, whatever, and defund the police and this, that, whatever. No, because guess what? These trainers out here, didn't some female trainer have some go with some rookies on the job and then she wind up killing somebody that we're talking about right now in the headlines?
Yeah.
Person training people. So, once again, if that's what you're being taught and that's what we're supposed to do, then, like I said, it's a sad case.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Speaking of sad cases, a South Carolina black man, was awarded over $500,000 in back wages after being held as a slave by a white man in South Carolina. This man owned a restaurant in South Carolina. He forced this man who was intellectually disabled to work 100 hours a week. And he kept him there by using physical intimidation, mental and emotional intimidation. So for instance, he would do things like he would beat him with a belt. Another thing that he did is he reportedly punished the man who didn't bring out chicken fast enough by taking tongs, putting them in hot chicken grease, and putting them on the man's neck to burn him.
The fuck?
I'm actually reading the report now. He would threaten the man with physical violence, threats, and intimidation. He kept the man away from his family. So the man worked for him since 1990, since the age of 12. So yeah, he's been doing this since this man was 12 years old. Had him living in a roach-infested apartment. Had him working 100 hours a week. And reportedly, people would hear screams or violence in the back, and the employees were reportedly afraid to even report it. or call the
hold up,
police.
hold up. So I'm trying to wrap my head around this situation.
Mhm.
You trying to tell me that this guy been a slave since the age of 12?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
How
So,
old is he now?
well, it started in 1990.
Remember that year?
So that'll be what, 42?
No,
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 I'm
in
wrong.
his
he
30s.
44. No,
It,
yeah, yeah, in his 40s. 40,
He's in his
42,
wait,
40s.
yeah, around there.
how old? Wait, hold up, because you said the
12 at
starters.
90. I ain't trying to do the math right now. We just know that it's fucked up.
Okay,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
exactly. Because I'm like, all right,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
okay. It
Like,
is fun.
how is that even freaking possible?
He pretty much kept him alienated away from his family. He had an apartment that he
Since
kept the
12?
man in. Yes, because the man was intellectually disabled. So sometimes when you have
So
somebody,
hold up, time out. So hold up, Jimmy. So
Mhm.
what the parents said, fuck him?
I don't know, but that sometimes happens. Sometimes when people have children with intellectual disabilities, whether it be autism or other disabilities, they're just looking to get rid of their kids. It happens. I don't know that that's the case in this situation, but this man had uh, this guy since 1990. The scary thing about it is the man was convicted, and the person that was held captive was given over $500,000 in back pay. The man who held him captive was arrested and sent to prison. Now, here's the interesting part. How much time do you think he got?
I don't even want to guess because then I'm gonna be pissed anyway.
Yeah,
What? Well, 5 years.
10.
That's it.
He got 10 years
That ain't shit.
for enslaving
Ten,
this man,
10
keeping
years
him
for
away.
enslaving a mentally challenged
For
person.
slaving somebody for over
That
30
so
goddamn years?
And
right. So it's
assaulting him.
false imprisonment.
Mhm.
Let's name some of these things here because like
I'm
that you
still
name on
trying to
us.
figure out how the hell he got away from his parents. Like,
I don't know.
Right.
like since the age of 12?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Let me explain it to you, Icon. And this is not going on personal knowledge as far as anybody doing some type of situation, but I don't even know if y'all remember. I have a mentally challenged niece, and you know what I'm saying. Trust me, when somebody's mentally or intellectually challenged, sometimes they can be very difficult to deal, to deal with, whatever the case may be. So depending on the parents and their structure, because nobody agrees to okay, we're gonna have a child and they're thinking about okay, they might come out like intellectually challenged. And I don't know if that's the same as mentally challenged now. It sounds the same. I don't know these terms, so I don't want to get into the whole cancel culture thing and all that other political BS. What I'm saying is with my niece, you know what I'm saying? Um, she was mentally challenged. So when she'd come over, you know what I'm saying, whatever, it was a challenge per se, sometimes to deal with her and this, that, whatever the case may be. We loved her though. So we all, she would come over. My grandmother would, you know what I'm saying, watch her do whatever. But it's a challenge. Some people are not equipped to do that. They think about having kids because they watching these reality shows or whatever. Even back then, they see everybody has the perfect family. So the thing is, oh, we got a perfect family. You go, you have the kid, all the best intentions, and then all of a sudden, oh, my kid's not like the way the other kids are.
Mm-hmm.
My kid is going to have an enlarged heart. My kid is going to be
Yeah,
mature.
now I
You know what I'm
understand
saying?
what you're saying. Like, I can see, like,
The last time I'm like,
hold over here, you Cherry. I could
yeah,
see,
no, no, no. I'm over here. I was about to say something because when y'all guys was talking about this, it touched me because I have a disabled brother who catches seizures.
Mhm.
He's epileptic. And he's epileptic. So at the end of the day, and he has autism. And for him to have been through all the stuff that he's been through in the trials and tribulations that we have been through as a family, it doesn't matter about his family, his mother and stuff like that, because parents, people have kids all the time and don't think about that. But
Yeah.
the family, for it to have gone on for so long and nobody was around to say anything, you know what I'm saying? Nobody picked up on this for how many years? This
But
man
actually,
is 42, 43.
one thing I actually do have to correct something, which may actually change the way that we feel about it. I was actually incorrect on one thing. He did work for this restaurant since 1990. The person that was convicted of assaulting him is related to the family that owned the restaurant. Initially, the family reportedly treated him well, and then in 2009, when this guy took over, that's when the abuse started. So that was actually my fault. I was off on the years.
Okay, Jimmy. So now
So
we gotta.
No. So you know what
Well,
it's
you
called?
know,
Let me
I'm definitely going to
explain
edit
what
this
that's
part.
called. That's called indentured slavery. So he went in under the pretension that, okay, hey, this person's cool. They're going to refer me to another job. And I don't know if that's how they put it to the man. You know what I mean? Okay, it's another job.
Hold on. So how long was he a slave for?
Since 2009.
Until
Okay.
Until
when?
I believe last year.
So he was enslaved for 10 years, and they gave the guy 10 years. All right, an eye for an eye.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn. You had my ass fucking going, Jimmy. God damn.
Hold up,
yeah, that was
like, I'm here talking about how in the hell can somebody be enslaved for over 30 years, and you got Legend down there. You trying to break it down. You said, well, listen.
So you know what? My apologies. I was wrong on that.
Okay,
that was a mistake on my part. But even then, the man was enslaved for 10 years.
So
he was reportedly beaten with a whip, pots, pans, and fist.
So you know what that happened, Jimmy? You know what that means? And this is just straight shooting. This is not even planned. I gotta tell you one of the stupidest stories of the week then. To just break the shit up now.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready? All right. 3 boys got hospitalized after trying to gain Spider-Man superpowers from a real freaking spider. This is no lie. Okay. So
wait a minute. So they tried to get bitten by a spider.
Yes.
To gain Spider-Man senses.
Yes. You know. Typically when someone reads about the daring adventures of
can I ask, was it white boys? Me and my sister listening to y'all guys right now, but was it white boys or was it black boys or Asians or what? What crime is going on right now?
No, wait. Before you answer that, which one would you be most shocked at?
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest.
All those choices you name.
Black people would shock me. But then again, that's for my sister said black people. For me, it would shock me if an Asian did it.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Me too. I'm sorry to say it, right?
Me too.
You can't ask me. I know the story. Story. You can't ask me. Okay, so you're ready? So it was 3 Bolivian boys.
Who?
Bolivian, Bolivian.
Oh, so from Bolivian.
I'm sorry, Bolivian.
Yeah, I got you. I got you, dog.
Bolivian. Sorry about that. I'm going to definitely edit that shit out. Hold on, let's do that shit over again.
Okay, so Icon. So what? So what exactly were they? see y'all, I'm a one take wonder. See what I deal with here.
From Bolivian.
You got to edit the
Bolivians.
3 boys.
My sister said, "Wow, Bolivia."
Yeah, 3 boys from Bolivia. They thought they could speed things along by taking their superhero interests to the nearest source, the Black Widow spider.
Of all things that you pick, of all spiders, you know what I'm saying? Not the spider in the closet, you know what I'm saying? Not the spider in the garden. These motherfuckers, they Google this. That's crazy. They went for the highest power.
because in the comic, didn't Spider-Man get bit by the Black Widow spider?
I don't remember exactly what spider it was, but I
think it was the Black Widow spider, but it was enhanced. I want to say.
Well, it must be because with the Black Widow spider, when they strike or do whatever, they kill their whatever, like they die.
Okay, so
it's like the bees I was talking about.
Hey, don't talk about the bees. Y'all saw the ones on my porch, which has to actually be uploaded to Extreme Truth Facebook and Instagram pages. For those of you that saw and commented,
check this out before it gets taken down and will be monetized and everything. Because Jimmy Bones, he has nature porn. So National Geographic will probably be suing us at any point now. We'll be canceled. So ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your time while you are with us.
Oh yeah, and just to end the story real quickly, the three young men found the spider and began poking it with a stick, hoping it would take a little bite. Unfortunately, it worked, and all three were bitten and hospitalized.
What I keep
Man.
telling you about poking somebody with a stick. What I keep
That's
telling. I've been saying it since I've known way before here. You keep poking something, especially a rabid dog or a black widow with a stick. What do you expect it to do?
And for most bite, it causes nausea, um, extreme sweating, severe pain, abdominal, back pain, muscle aches, hypertension. They was fucked up. Paralyzed of the diaphragm, which
Hey,
can
man,
cause difficulty breathing. It's
that's
crazy.
those Boliviarians, man.
Bolivians, the Bolivians. Sorry about that, Bolivians. Okay. Earlier,
All right.
I had my herbal situation. So hey,
I was waiting for Icon to call them barbarians. I was like, all right, let's just edit this whole thing and start it over. Live crowd, work with us. Act like we're talking about it now.
It's out there right next to Narnia, right? They was out there in Narnia, you know, sitting there trying to get some magical spiders. I get it, dude. It makes all sense.
It happens. It happens.
That's bad, man. It's bad. All right. This one is one that pisses me off that I kind of didn't want to get into last week. I'm sorry, I didn't want to get into it, but I think it's something that needs to be discussed because someone pissed me off on social media with their view on it. A black man in Mississippi shot his girlfriend his ex-girlfriend and her nephew, left with their 4-month-old child, tried to escape, was caught on the border by state troopers, got out of his car, got into a shootout with the state troopers, used a 4-month-old child as a shield. And both he and the child were murdered. He was killed instantly. The child died the next day. So again, this man used a 4-month-old child as a shield, according to police reports. And the reason this one, I mean, it sticks to me because it's a child getting murdered. It sticks to me because of the cowardice of this man for doing this. It also sticks to me too because it pisses me off that I saw someone that was online that they have what's called this meme culture. They think they can just post something without context. I just think it makes sense because it fits a narrative. So the person that I know, they posted it online and they said, "Oh, 4-month-old child killed by police after father uses them as a shield." Oh, it sounds like an interesting way to just say police kill 4-month-old black child. They could have avoided him. It was a shootout. The man pulled the baby out of the car and used the baby as a shield. This was not the police's fault.
Can I just ask, how old was this male?
32.
What the?
Yeah.
I have a 11-year-old.
Mhm.
And in my mind, I'm thinking about just if his father was to ever, he better bury himself so far because I'm gonna dig him up and kill him again. Like
Yeah.
there is no way.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. 4
I thought you were
months.
saying that he held the baby in his arms and he already had the baby. That's what I was thinking you were saying. You said he pulled the baby out of the fucking car?
Used the baby as a shield.
Use the baby as a shield.
Yeah.
Maybe he used the baby thinking that the baby wasn't a shield. Maybe he was thinking that like they would not shoot me if I have a baby.
But even then, with that logic, you
No,
just
what I'm
killed two
saying
people.
is that it's a stupid logic, but you know, when you're in situations,
Yeah,
you do
but
stupid.
but he has the baby in shooting, like you
They were
know.
already shooting?
Yeah, he started
Yeah.
shooting with
Okay.
the baby.
Cancel
It was
that.
just
Sorry.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know,
I
that's how the
got my
report is.
virtual hand up here.
Go ahead, Legend. Go ahead.
So, and Sherry, I want you to listen to this here. The sad part about it, unless and we're still not collaborating or we got a misinformation, they are the same people. When Jimmy, you know, like I said, sometimes we'll get on the phone, we'll talk about some of the headlines we're shooting out to each other to clear for the show. And when Jimmy told me the story, I'm like, okay, that's from last year or 2 years ago, right? And just like, no, that's recent. I'm like, nah, I heard this before. There was a local, I guess he was a drug dealer. I'm not even sure. And I'm sorry, I don't have the specifics right now. But his thing he would go, and like I said, even lower than, I don't know what happened here. The lowest point is, okay, like I said, don't knock anybody that's in the streets, because sometimes you got to go there to get yourself back up. I get it. It depends on how you get down the streets and what you're utilizing it for. This cat was not only out here in the streets and screwing over people, but he would take his baby, who I forget how old, sounds around the same age as what Jimmy's story and what we're talking about tonight. He would take her with him. So there was a couple of different occasions where things got heated, but because he had the baby, you know, got someone of that on their conscience, unless you really grimy out there. So one time happens, he's going up there, and I think the baby mother might have been with him too. They pull up to some type of drug deal, screws them over, he gets caught. So now he's in the back seat with the baby. And I think the baby mother might have been in front, and I forget who else. So they start shooting. So from all accounts, the baby might have survived, but he brings the baby up and puts it in front. And I forget if this was before the shooting or during the shooting. And they shoot the baby, obviously. And I think he wound up surviving. That's the fucked up thing about it. From what I remember, I think he wound up surviving, but the baby died, and I forget what else happened to everybody else in the car. Me, it's like, okay, when we used to be kids, we used to hear about this like crazy stories, like, or comic books. This is a shame that within probably a year to 2 year period, we're talking about so much similar stories where motherfuckers getting so much cowards out there. You're pulling your babies, not even like other children or whatever. Which, like I said, to me, it's the same crime. You're pulling your own child, your own creations, to shield you from your bullshit that you're on.
It's the audacity for me.
Yeah.
Right. It's
the audacity. It's the audacity for me. It's the audacity.
It's the cowardice. You got a lot of people are cowards nowadays.
Right.
That's not
But
even
you're
coward, that's
that
just
coward,
fucking
like,
sick.
okay, you abuse,
It just-
abuse, you know what I'm saying, your wife, you abuse whatever. God, y'all getting that desperate, y'all going to babies now? Really?
Yeah. Because I mean, the job of a man is supposed to be to protect his family.
Right.
His wife, his woman, his baby.
That's
not
not a
to
man.
hide
That's a
behind his baby.
sick
Well, I could see,
ass
unless in the
freak.
rules done changed, because it looked like he's just protecting his own ass with somebody.
Yeah,
with
see how that
everybody
worked.
else's part.
Unfortunately, the baby was hit, but I mean, if he would have got hit,
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is. Speaking of that, we got to go back to South Carolina. South Carolina is actually reinstating firing squads for the death penalty. They are bringing back firing squads.
I mean, is it necessary? Like, I mean, they already got the death penalty, don't they?
They do, but
So
this
what,
is
you just
another
need
version.
they just need multiple ways to kill a motherfucker. I mean, like,
Yeah.
literally. I mean, if you already got the lethal injection and you shocking the shit out of motherfuckers, do you really need to fire in 125 bullets? I
No,
mean,
the way they do it is you get 10 officers, you line them up.
yeah, I know
one,
what that shit is.
yeah, one of them has a live bullet. The rest of them have dummy bullets, so nobody really knows who fired the fatal shot. Somebody in the chat just said that South Carolina actually ran out of the chemical for lethal injection,
and that is part of the story. So that's the reason.
Hold
why
on, time out. So they can't make the chemical no more?
Right. No,
It ran out.
What the fuck?
Hold up. So I forget what, unless you know, Jimmy. So yeah, no. There was an issue with the chemical. I think due to whatever's been going on or whatever. So that's no, you're absolutely right. And I'm sorry, I don't remember the exact situation right now off the top of my head. But that's the reason why they were introducing back the fireman squad. That was their whole gimmick. Because at this point, basically how this rule goes, and there's only like, I think 3 states that still incorporates, including this one that's coming up now, the fireman squad. If they are out of the lethal injection chemical, at that point, the inmate has a chance to choose between going to the chair and getting electrified or getting shot up. That's where that rule is coming from.
Well, you know what's going to happen?
What a way to go.
I mean,
I can't choose
I
to
mean,
go A or B
motherfuckers,
to
they
get $1
killing
million
if they
fucking
running out
dollars,
of
but I can
shit,
choose
though.
the way motherfucker gonna kill me. Yeah.
But this is
How
what's going to
many-
happen.
How
This is
many
what's gonna happen.
motherfuckers they killing on the load that they're running out of the shit, man?
It's South Carolina, so they like Texas.
Oh
So-
yeah.
You know what? They're gonna mess around. They're gonna run out of bullets. They're gonna bring back beheadings, burning at the stake. It's all coming
Right.
back.
Remember on a previous show, we found out that they were still hanging people. I didn't even know that shit was legal. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
well, you motherfuckers bold.
It's
I
coming
think-
states.
And I think
No,
it was
but there was-
Pennsylvania of all
I made-
places. which- I
But
could
it's
be
like
wrong,
black
don't quote me.
market. But it's black market hanging. It's not like
No,
You go
no.
to court.
The prisons.
No, Icon. I'm
The
talking about your
prisons.
prison sentence, your death penalty. They were still hanging. Remember,
Yeah.
we did the show. You forget.
when was the
It was a
last
while
hanging?
ago. They
When
were
was the
still
last hanging?
hanging people as of like not too long, like years ago, like since we've been adults.
I
think it was like a few
in the-
years ago.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna have me research this shit while we live. man.
Yeah. I did the research and I was shocked. Like,
Yeah.
oh shit, we still hanging motherfuckers?
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they
What the
there are
fuck?
states that
Hold on.
But yeah, Corey, thank you for that information because that was a piece that was forgotten. That's the reason why they bring it back.
In
to fire.
1996?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, bro. We were still in high school. Yeah, just as early as that. I thought it was a little later, but I'm like, damn, they were still hanging motherfuckers.
it's still as of right now, it's Washington State and New Hampshire.
That's hanging people.
Yeah. They
How
still
about
allow
who
hangings.
who the firing squad is? Mississippi was one of them.
What a shock.
Right.
South
But-
Carolina, and it's somewhere in the Midwest, I believe.
I'm
Yeah,
like really.
Another place that I said I probably never go to. No disrespect, but we can see.
What,
Well, yeah,
what
other
place? What
place
place
I
was
had-
that?
For what the shootings,
The fireman squad.
fireman
Oh.
squads. Yes, South Carolina. I believe you said Mississippi, and I believe it's a state in the Midwest that allows it.
What was it? Tennessee? I forget. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, so in Delaware's Billy Bailey was the last criminal to be hanged in the United States in 1996.
Yeah.
Wow.
But Washington State and New Hampshire still allows hanging. So if you want to die by hanging, you can still die by hanging in New Hampshire.
So,
Yeah.
so, ladies and gentlemen, make your traveling arrangements accordingly. Thank you.
All right, we're gonna skip ahead to this one is something that I somebody's going down for this one. An Alabama state trooper was arrested after being charged with sexually assaulting an 11-year-old. That's not the crazy part. The crazy part is that this man was previously an FBI agent that was put on permanent leave and effectively fired after reportedly raping a female coworker with a knife while he was in the FBI. So the state of Alabama is saying that he was technically never fired from them. He was just placed on long-term administrative leave. He never put in his paperwork that he ever had these charges. And they claimed that when they did a background check, none of this came up.
White privilege, man. You know,
That-
you could.
Yeah, a little bit of blue privilege too.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's blue privilege.
Yeah, there's a little blue privilege. Got a little splash of that in there too. Icon, go on.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So
That's sick. Sickening.
That- so think about he's charged with raping an 11-year-old, and he raped a coworker with a knife. I mean, how many others?
That's what I'm saying. He was FBI. Can you imagine the fuckery?
Right, but it's the play of power. These are why they put certain people in power. Trust
Yeah.
me, y'all think we've been surprised by all these things coming out. Some of us haven't, because some of we can see their sleaze butts, sleaze spots. Like, you know what I'm saying? We grew up around people like that. They're just on a larger scale with suits on. You know what I'm saying? So imagine how many more things is going to be coming out now. Because like I said, like, don't think that all these things are just happening now, people. This shit has
Yeah.
been going on for a long time. All this crazy shit that we're like, damn, they doing it like that now. Nah, they been
Mhm.
doing it. Trust and
Yep.
believe.
Yep.
Lord.
And this is when that legend had put me up when it was a 6th grade girl shot up her school, which is it's so crazy. Like the idea of you being in 6th grade and shooting up a school is just it's unheard of. Like I think back to when I was in the 6th grade, I was what 11. I never thought about getting a gun and shooting anybody, and I watched way more violent movies and cartoons than these kids nowadays. But I don't know what would possess this young lady to do this, but fortunately, no one was killed. She was a 6th grade girl in a Idaho middle school. So that's crazy.
And nope. And as far as we know, nobody didn't die, and like three is injured. Am I correct?
Yeah, 3 have been injured. Nobody died.
Thank God. Thank God.
Yeah.
That's not usually how this type of situation ends.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
crazy.
Idaho. I mean, I never know Idaho gets down like that. I mean,
Mhm.
shit, that's
Yeah.
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but you know, hey, like, and I remember somebody at one point, you know what I'm saying, trying to invite me to Idaho. Like, what even goes down over there in Idaho?
The
Do you know
potatoes,
where I'm
man.
from? So this goes back to some of the arguments that we've made in the past about, you know, now there needs to be gun reform because little Timmy and little Kathy is going to school and they're shooting up
But
little.
that does not have shit to do with reform. A sixth grader can't even get a gun
You're not
legally.
right, but okay,
So
but there's a connection to it,
Mhm.
right? So when the guns was pouring in our neighborhoods, right? And hey, Icon, Jimmy, and you know, we grew up around there. I'm sure everybody else have too. When they was throwing it to our neighborhoods, it was fine because we were shooting each other.
Mhm.
So now we fast forward, and like I said, now these guns is getting out because okay, the parents they grew up in there, so gung ho, they got the guns and this, that, whatever, and they could go and shoot whatever the fuck they want to shoot, whatever. The kids is getting into it because that's what they see. So now they're going to school. What is this? What is 6 years old? What do you even know about shooting anybody? Because remember, now we're in the cancel culture stage. So during her time here, there's no more like, you know, RoboCop or violent cartoons. Remember, they were trying to cancel Power Rangers at one point, you know, because it was too violent or whatever the case may be. So what is the excuse now? No, this is what they're learning from home from previous situations.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, back in the day, when we was killing each other in the hood, they ain't give a fuck. They ain't bother me. Go ahead, pour them guns down there, drop them guns down there.
yeah, but that was
conspiracy.
but like even if you had the strictest reforms, that what happened in our hood would still happen because everybody that had guns in the hood had it illegally.
Yeah.
But the whole right, but
It's
the
not
whole
like
point is, but the whole point is, they didn't care.
No,
They didn't
of
care
course
until
not.
they caught us. They did whatever. They, you know what I'm saying? And trust me, they didn't care when we were shooting up each fucking each other, which we do to this day. And oh, okay, why don't y'all march when somebody, a black man kills another black man, another black woman? Okay, y'all put the fucking guns here. So now we're suffering the repercussions of it. Okay, but now up in these little, you know what I'm saying, Pleasureville areas. I'm not saying Pleasureville if that's the name of a city. I'm just trying to do whatever. These picket fences or whatever. Okay, so these kids is watching now. They're like, oh shit, well, we could go in there gangster too. Because I'm not accepted by this one, or because nobody's listening to me about that one. Not saying that they're unanswered gripes, but a lot of these situations that happens now in the neighborhoods that we either never have or may never will be rich enough, or even like I said, me, I don't want to fucking live there. But these picket fences and these neighborhoods that's supposed to be so nice and it's that whatever. Now that hood shit, as they called it, now the hood shit is coming up there. So now it's a concern. Now we want gun laws. We want gun protection. Too late, motherfuckers. Too late. Because everybody got it now. So now what do you do?
Well, your legend, what you got against the suburbs, man?
No, because the suburbs, because the suburb.
You're in the suburbs right now.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Yeah, that's the whole point.
How you gonna talk shit and live there, nigga?
Oh yeah, because I'll talk about how things has dealt with it because I'm down in the hood, you know what I'm saying? Anytime and every time I do, I was born and raised in it. Just because I leave out don't mean I forget about what I've come from. And it doesn't mean I take a blind eye on, you know what I'm saying, what we went through compared to what they're going through now. That's the whole difference, Icon. So I didn't live in the hood, you know what I'm saying, when everything was nice or whatever. I don't think there ever was a time. So I went through this shit. So now I'm up here in the suburbs. Guess what? Now they're going through it. And they're in a fucking crisis because they're not used to that. Oh my God, why did little Susan go there and shoot up people and this, that, whatever? Remember when we was going through that shit? Remember they had metal detectors at one point in high school, Icon? Before
you said at one point they still do.
Yeah, that's what I'm
at
saying.
one point. Shit, time they put them shits in, they never took them out.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't know, but that's what I'm saying.
Did you say the place was where, Idaho?
I know, yeah.
Yes.
Idaho. Oh, well, isn't that's like farm state, potatoes and all of that.
Farmland.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
not much going on. I
But
had a
the
friend
thing
that lived
is,
out there.
remember now, for them, getting a gun, their parents trained them with guns, and
Mhm.
they're shooting deer and hunting. So for them, the
Mhm.
kid, they teach their children at 5 and 6, 7 years old how to pull a trigger.
hmm
You know, so now they're doing it,
Which I
switching it
feel
over to
that's not,
people.
which I
Hmm?
feel that's not all wrong in the correct confine of the family. I don't think that's all wrong about
Mm,
teaching your child how to use a
How to
gun.
use a
But
gun.
No,
I
I
agree
think
with
that,
that.
Yeah.
that's at a certain age of maturity, and that goes with a
Mhm.
lot of things that we argue about on here, right? So when you're old enough to know right from wrong, then that's fine. Your 8-year-old out there
parent
shooting
doesn't
a
teach
fucking
them
wild
that-
boar because it's running through your yard. That's not teaching them. It's okay. Something that
No,
invades
the
your face
parent is
or
just
pisses you
teaching
off, you're
them
gonna shoot.
how to use
But,
the gun, shoot the gun, but it's not, the parent is not, maybe not telling them this is dangerous. You don't put it
Mm.
towards people.
Mhm.
If you're hunting, this is why you use it. If you're protecting, this is why you use it.
Mhm.
But not because, oh, I'm mad at Timmy and I'm just gonna fire up, you know? So
Yeah.
that
Right.
could be it too.
Exactly. No, and you make an
Mhm.
excellent point because
Yep.
these kids are not getting these things just on their own. And we've all been kids,
Mhm.
right? Everybody on here, is there anybody that was born in a tube or manufactured? It's fine. We accept everybody here on Extreme Truth Podcast. So
Mhm.
that's fine. You can tell us your story.
Mhm.
But you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, we are all a product, not more or less. We know what we saw when we grew up and what we was exposed to and what our parents taught us and what we saw in the house. Because what we saw in the house was our main basis to whatever was going on out there.
Mhm.
So if we didn't see shit in the house, then guess what? We absorb what we saw out there. If we saw shit going on in the house, that's why I curse so much. My parents cursed their asses off. So my apologies, you know, if I get a little excessive. Guess what? That's all they did. They wondered when I got old enough and I'm cursing. Oh, why are you cursing? I'm like, I don't even say half the things that I heard y'all say to each other and cursing me out. So you know what I'm saying? It's a product of what you see. So when you're in these households and okay, the first thing is, oh, you know what I'm saying? You know, cut down my goddamn lawn. Go grab the shotgun, Susie. Go grab the shotgun, Susie. We ain't gonna stand for this goddamn shit. I'm a Christian, brother. So you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay. And if the kid sees that, what are they supposed to learn? Okay, that's what they do. Okay, this is what's supposed to be right. Daddy ain't wrong.
And let
What,
you gotta
Ika?
stop that motherfucking cursing too, man. You gotta stop that motherfucking cursing too. Yo, Jimmy.
Yo.
Nah.
We gotta change gears for a minute. A California bar owner was arrested for selling fake COVID vaccine cards. So he was selling cards for $20 saying that you actually had the vaccine. So you could travel, go to certain places, because if you go to certain sporting events, like basketball arenas, they want you to either have a negative test or proof that you took the COVID vaccine. So this man was convicted of selling fake COVID cards. How crazy is that?
And this is in California?
California.
That ain't crazy. You know that was gonna happen.
Thank you, Auntie. Speak.
Yeah.
I was like, they just mad because they didn't think about it.
True.
So remember back in the day when we was getting fake insurance cards?
Now that was you, Legend. That was you. That was
You too, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So don't
I
even
never
try
got
it
no-
now.
I
You
didn't
might
get
have
a
to
fake
edit
insurance
this one
card.
out too, goddamn it.
I never got a
I'm
fake
playing.
insurance card.
It's just like fake IDs when you was 18 to
Yeah.
get into it somewhere
Nah.
21.
Now
Never
we
had to
I
have
did
one,
not.
Auntie. Now, why don't
No.
you tell that story? Yeah, never had to have one. But,
Right. Some people were lucky we didn't need one, but there were people who went out and bought fake IDs.
Exactly. No,
So-
I got these people.
A COVID
Back in
card,
the
who
90s,
thought
it's
that
another
wasn't
hustle.
gonna happen.
Yeah, but this dude he got caught. So
It's just another hustle. So I'm not, and like I said, and people probably knew they were fake. They're trying to get in. So I blame the people more than that, man. Yeah, you get the fucking hustle. You're gonna make the damn money. People want to be stupid and do whatever. He got a morality point to check to. But other than that, okay, get the fucking money. That's like the weed. The only reason why the government's mad about because they couldn't tax it. And by the time it got too much out of control, just like gun control, they said, fuck it. But the gun control is affecting them. With the weed, okay, it's too out of control. All right, let them have it. Let them have it. God damn it, we need the fucking prison room for some other people.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. And the last thing we're going to cover in current events is something I think I sent you guys. There was a confrontation in Texas after a man's pet tiger got out and was roaming through a neighborhood. Full grown tiger.
Can you imagine you chilling? And you see a little toddler be like, cat. Your ass heard, oh shit.
Yeah, man.
Like that's a fucking tiger. I guarantee you there was no niggas in sight. Guarantee.
Oh, not at all.
Not at all. All black people that was like tiger, they just suddenly disappeared, and the white people wanted to figure out what was going on.
Yeah. It's crazy because I mean that's a full grown tiger, and there's some other dude that pulled out his gun and was like, "You better get that tiger."
Right. So who was the dude? Now that's what I wanted to ask. That's why I remained quiet. Was the dude that pulled out the gun, because I couldn't see it in the video? Was he white, black, Hispanic? I feel like a fucking 911 operator. Was he white, black, Hispanic, Asian? No.
You got, if you are a 911 operator, you got to say it right. Was he black? Was he Hispanic?
Right. They put that gap in between. Was he black? Yes, ma'am. I think he was. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, light skin, though. Yeah, light skin with freckles in her right here. Yeah, but I think it was black, ma'am. I heard him. I heard the rap music on his headphones. So with the tiger, right? It's funny because not too long ago I seen where a damn bobcat, husband and wife, I think they was in the United States if I remember correctly. I watched so many of these videos because they'd be like, imagine you chilling at your home, right? You just had a barbecue and shit. You know how we do. You know what I'm saying? You had a barbecue. You don't put the food away, so the food ain't even out. You outside chilling or whatever. You're like, all right, let me go grab something from the damn trunk. And a bobcat just runs up on you. It's gonna fuck up the barbecue. It's like, okay. And I seen like something where the husband and wife is leaving out a bobcat out of nowhere. Now, usually I see these videos and they're like India or this or whatever, but I noticed it was in the United States. You guys see the coyotes that run up and attack the pets?
See, now, here's the thing, Legend. This was a fucking tiger. Now, one thing about this tiger, it was, used to being in the circus, so it immediately attack. So that was great. Right. Now with that bobcat, now if your ass is walking like in, some part of Texas or Nevada or whatever, and and a bobcat, starts attacking you, you got to fight on your hands because they don't like to give the fuck up. So
they did. You know what I'm saying? Bobcat act like they stole something from his shit or his shit.
So it was like great that no one did not get attacked by this tiger, and that the tiger was just trying to get some fresh air.
And the tiger wasn't, right, Jimmy?
The tiger probably said, "Nigga, I ain't trying to eat you. I'm just trying to breathe this air."
Right, but
here's the thing: with a tiger or any of the big cats, if you turn your back on them, they automatically go into hunt mode, whether they're hungry or not. Soon as you turn your back on them, they go into hunting mode.
Right. So, and I don't think that's with most animals that's wild. Cats have that intuition we've always heard about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mostly when it comes to the canines, you know what I'm saying? Like the wild dogs, the coyotes, the hyenas, which goddamn, that's a barbaric damn group. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to them, they're more bold. So, they'll wait and they'll run right up on you, and it's a pack of them. Cats don't normally, with most of their species, they don't roll in packs. Like I'm saying, they'll send one out, they'll attack whatever, and then the other ones will come in if necessary. So you know what I'm saying?
See, what was probably lucky that it was a male tiger, I believe, that was out. You know what I'm saying? What you were talking about, Legend, usually the female tiger is the one that goes and hunts. So it was probably
Mhm.
lucky for them that it wasn't a female tiger that was
Yeah.
out, you know, because it has more of a snapping timing of attacking than a male tiger. Actually.
Absolutely right. But you know what pisses me off about this, right? So
What?
that tiger could have easily gotten killed. And any of us that's watched the video, and if not, you know, watch it, or maybe we can even put it up on our social media sites. The tiger wasn't bothering anybody. So he was the person shouting like, "I'll shoot you." Well, I'll put the mild version of it. That save icon sometime. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I don't give a damn about that tiger. I'll shoot that tiger. I'll shoot you. Something to that effect. F that tiger. F you, or whatever. And thank God, like everything ended. Whatever. This is why I keep telling people, y'all try to leave those damn animals alone.
Yeah.
So knock these damn forests and everything's down, right? So then you wonder why you're seeing coyotes running through
Yeah,
California.
that's what I was just gonna say.
Go on, Auntie, make my point. Go ahead, you got it.
They're coming in. People, the more we build cities and build further into their environment, where they going? They gotta come. They're gonna come back to where they know. People think you're just shoving them back, but now they're gonna come into the environment that they know to hunt. And people and we keep building in their area. There's areas that they're putting up houses because they want to live in the deep woods and all of this. And then they wonder why these animals are coming here. You're invading their space, their territory. That's
exactly.
their
Thank you,
territory.
I even have to say anything. So
that's their territory. So now they're coming in. Even here in our cities, you see bears, you see
I ain't
even
no
hyenas, bobcats.
I ain't seen no guys.
No, I've seen pictures. So no, Icon. No,
I've
seen bears in real life.
I see a bear.
I've seen a fox. I've seen foxes.
I've seen the fox.
Believe
I've seen the fox.
That's cute. If I see a motherfucking bear where I live, that means it's telling me it's time to go because me and the bear should not be in the same motherfucker. Okay.
Well, believe it or not.
Oh hell no.
Believe it or not, I was born in Brooklyn, grew up in Irvington, I grew up a block away from Newark. So I grew up in the hood my whole life. I live about 10 minutes from Legend right now. And the difference between where I live and where he lives, I live closer to the mountains where I'm at now. So it's normal for me to see foxes. It's normal for me to see deer, rabbits, coyotes. So for me, like out here where I live, the deer are not afraid of you.
Right.
Oh, no, not at all.
At all. No, and that's the same thing down here because we have a deer family right here in this neighborhood here. And the same thing the other place.
When I was at your house, Legend, when I was at your house, I was walking to the car, right? And then like 5 deers just came out and started looking like, yo, what up, nigga? And I'm like, why aren't they still just looking? Like, why they're not moving?
Because you know what? Because you're in their area. That's why I be telling my twin. I'll be like, okay, when we're coming back late, I'll be like, bro, this is their time.
It was too many motherfuckers at the same time.
I respect nature.
Yeah.
So
the deer in the park around the corner from my house, the children terrorize them sometimes, so they hide in the glen. But I go down there and they, you know, they're friendly with me. So the chipmunks are friendly with me down there. Like in my area, so my backyard is like wild kingdom. Like I literally watched the skunk and a cat go at it for.
You ain't been taping this? You ain't been taping this?
Nah, I don't.
Come on now, you messing up your YouTube view. You messing up your YouTube
I don't tape it. I just love to experience things. That's all.
Yeah, everybody in the world to experience. I'll tune into your YouTube thing. I need you to take that wildlife going on back there. I know you can probably commentate too. Because ladies and gentlemen, Elu right here. Oh, that woman right there.
Like, but the cats are like mad big around here. You know what I'm saying? Like the groundhogs are real healthy. You know. There's families of raccoons in the backyard. There was one
I live in Jamaica, Queens, South Side, and I have raccoons, possum in my backyard. And this is all the hood you can get, and they're right there. I see them. They on the fence, they chilling, they eating. Yeah.
You know what's crazy? One thing I noticed about where I live now, there's no stray cats, there's no stray dogs, there's no pigeons, there's no seagulls.
I wonder why.
We got
Oh no, we
Now,
have
what do
plenty
you
of
now, what do
birds.
you do have up there, Jimmy?
I got falcons,
Oh.
hawks.
That's why.
I have hawks, cardinals, blue jays, orioles.
Yeah, I have blue jays, red robins.
Yeah.
All that is in my. I have doves. They fly around sometimes, and yeah.
Well, shit,
My
y'all got
and that's-
lions and
it's a
tigers and
zoo.
bears.
And,
Oh
and
my!
I tell Jimmy, like, Jimmy, come get your damn animals, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, Jimmy, come get your damn
Okay.
animals.
Yeah, yeah,
Everything he named, I see down here. He said he had some
Yep,
giant
yep.
ass bees, which all of a sudden when I was in my walk after he said that, I see them there. Like, Jimmy, don't blow your shit down here, bro. Keep it up there, bro. Keep it up there, please.
You've been in my house. You seen them giant? I got carpenter bees.
No,
Carpenter
the
bees are
first.
bigger than
So let me tell you
bumblebees.
something. The first time I drove with
Yeah,
Jimmy up to his
carpenter
place,
bees are
right?
rough.
First of all, it looked like either we was in like Busch Gardens. I don't know if y'all know about that, the Safari Adventure.
Mhm.
Like I was riding through fucking Walt Disney. You know how Walt Disney coming to and the magic characters start flying out. Had a fox almost run out of the fucking car.
Hold up. What? When you saw Walt Disney, hold up, Legend. When you saw like the image of Walt Disney, do you see Elu talking to the goddamn deers and shit?
Well, no, but I saw a fox that I could.
James, why you trying to play me, bro? Stop trying to play me. I know what James is alluding to. He's talking about the time that the deer let me walk through the park with them. I have a park around the corner from my house. It has mad animals in it.
She's like,
Oh, shit, you like a Disney shit. See?
They're not bothered by me because I don't bother them and I respect their
Right,
space.
and I do the
Right.
same thing. I do the same thing. And see, that's probably why we always gotten along. Because I do the same thing. Like these animals be around, even the stray dogs. Like back when I rolled to the stray dogs and cats. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they wouldn't bother me. And these animals up here, the deers too, baby. Like in a group of 8, they'll look at me. I'll look at them. They'll let me pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's how it's being in tune with nature as well of a life itself.
Mhm.
No, you know, it was so funny, right? Because you know,
Ike, I better not be telling the story out. You better not.
no,
you better
I'm
stay
not.
clear.
No, see,
And by
people
clear.
don't even realize what just took place, and I'm about to make the shit all funny.
Oh,
Okay,
here we
so
go. Get ready.
Elu is here talking about how she walking with the deers and it doesn't bother her. Then Legend be like, yeah, you know, stray dogs and cats, they don't bother me either. Well, I hope they don't bother your ass. You don't want to get rabies, motherfucker. You acting like they don't bother you like it's a regular occurrence. Like, yeah, like,
But it's randomly you
like
bothering
it's
people.
stray dogs and cats fucking motherfuckers up or something.
Oh man. Hang on. Let me see. Did we lose somebody? Yeah.
Oh man.
No, we got to keep it moving. I know Tone had his hand up real quick, so I'm gonna let Tone go real quick.
For
we can
sure.
keep it
What's up,
moving.
Tom?
Tone, what's up, cuz?
No, nothing crazy, but you and Miss, it says Elu on the name, and you, Jimmy, I got the same crap, and I'm Weekway section, hood all
Yeah.
day. But
Yeah.
right next to Weekway Park, we get all of that, man. We got groundhogs that live like right in my neighborhood. Coons ain't nothing new. I grew up with
Yeah.
the raccoon. We got possum, coons, skunks, all that.
Yeah.
I seen two groundhogs chasing each other the other day. I caught the tail end of the video. Just the tail end of it though. It was one, he was standing up, the other one ran in the backyard, but they all over here near Weekway Park. I'll tell you that.
See, I wish I could show the video of what I got on my porch. I had a video of 2 bees mating on my porch.
Here we go. Ladies
And
and
bees
gentlemen,
get it in the same way
as we
do.
push for the porn movie a little bit more, right?
So
Remember
the
how
female bee is bent over, and the male bee is going to town on her.
Okay.
He finishes. The male bee flies away. The female bee flies away sideways. So I guess he was putting in that work.
Yo, Jimmy,
So-
I don't Listen, don't put this on your OnlyFans page, okay?
So, ladies and gentlemen, right?
Actually, that B might need his own
So
OnlyFans page.
we thought when we'd have the first extreme true podcast, like
You know what I'm
mixtape,
saying?
or we thought it'd be sexual for y'all to say, but it's gonna be animal. I don't even know. I don't even consider animals.
Bestiality.
Don't get me wrong. That B was busting ass. I saw the video.
Yeah,
So
he was going
anybody
in.
that's into that, I don't know,
Yeah.
fucking Baxter Stockman and maybe
Did y'all have baby oil or lotion?
What?
Baby oil or lotion?
I think that B might.
Who's y'all? You talking about me?
You know what's crazy? I think that
Because
B
y'all
might do
watching
some-
this video go down.
Oh,
So
yeah, Icon. Let me ask you a
I'm
question. Let me ask you a question, Icon.
saying- Yeah.
So let me ask you on a scale.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so between baby oil and Vaseline, how slick do you think you are saying that shit? On that note, I'll be right back.
I didn't even get it. It went over.
Right,
I
that's
did.
the question you did.
I got it. All right, let's skip ahead. We're gonna go through sports real quick because we only had two crazy things happen. A former UFC fighter was recently accused of unemployment fraud for attempting to collect unemployment while being an employee of the city of Huntington Beach. So he was an employee of the city and filed for unemployment.
But listen, I think we went over this. How much was the motherfucker making?
$800 every 2 weeks.
They ain't shit. And where was he living at?
Huntington Beach, California.
Oh, hell no. He need unemployment.
So this is the thing about it. Out there in that area, you can apply for unemployment if you make that amount of money. But if you work for the city, you can't.
That's fucked up.
So my question is,
It's no way you can live in California making $400 a week.
my question
That's
is,
crazy.
you know, my question is, where did all that UFC money go? Because apparently
Okay.
he's unpopular because he's a Trump supporting, QAnon loving, anti-mask,
Here's the thing.
anti-lockdown politician.
Here's the thing, and I like Dana White as a personality, and I look at every UFC event that I can, but when it comes to Vince McMahon and Dana White, Vince McMahon take care of his professional wrestlers better than Dana White take care of majority of his professional fighters. You know, yeah, he ain't making shit in UFC. You know, some of the guys who are on the lower cards still living under their parents' house. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make ends meet and try to earn a living. You know, some of these guys got jobs outside of the UFC because they need it, like 9 to 5s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's understandable. You'll rarely ever hear a WWE superstar, a mid card, needing another job. You won't.
Yeah. But
It's crazy.
Well, UFC needs it. And the last thing I want to hit on sports before we get to this main topic is the horse that won the Kentucky Derby named Medina Spirit apparently tested positive for a banned substance known as betamethasone. So it had 11 picograms of the anti-inflammatory above the legal limits. So they're reviewing and doing a second test. If he tests positive, they're actually going to strip the horse of his winnings and of the title. And good old Donald Trump came back and called the horse a junkie.
Well, you know, Donald Trump had to make himself feel a little bit important, and but who gives a fuck about that? I don't even give a fuck about the horse. I don't even watch horse racing, Jimmy. So I don't even got nothing to say.
It's a $1 billion sport, but this is my thing. How you gonna call the horse a junkie as if the horse be outside going to the crack spot at night?
With the other horses and shit.
Going out there like, come on, bro. Yo, I got you. Yo, your wife needs some more hair, right? Yo, chop some off my tail right there. Yo, I got you. Yo, give me like your $20 worth. Like, it's not like the horse had a choice and using drugs. Like the horse got shot up. How do you call a horse a junkie? Like
I mean,
It's Donald Trump. I mean,
Yeah.
nothing that comes out of his mouth is surprising. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, go ahead.
Mm.
Go ahead.
what you about to say, Legend?
Yeah, Legend.
No, go ahead, Combo. What was you about to say?
No, I'm just saying it doesn't matter. Even if he says something good, it sounds
Mhm.
stupid coming out of his mouth. He could just get up on stage and say, "I love black people." We'll look at him, say, "You stupid motherfucker." Okay. Okay.
Oh, but yeah, Legend.
Yeah, so I just want to make a confession real quick
What's up?
because I'm actually close to the situation.
Okay.
What's the horse's name?
Medina. Hang on. Gotta
Funky
pull up-
Cold Medina.
It'd be funny if that was the real name too. Medina Spirit.
Okay, yeah, I
She
recognize
had a
that.
little bit too much spirit. It sounds like.
No. See, I don't want to make sure we ruin the name of Medina Spirit, okay? Because
It's an animal. Okay.
exactly. Well, it was not just an animal, but it was an athlete. And I ran into Medina one time at the Tremont, right? And no, listen, come on, don't laugh. We're talking about something serious here because I want to clear the horse's name because obviously the horse took the steroids. So I want to clear the name. Icon, get composure yourself. We're on live. So I met the horse, you know what I'm saying, at the Tremont, you know what I'm saying? It was on happy hour, whatever the case may be. And the horse was just saying he wanted to get ahead. You know what I mean? Wanted to get ahead. And I'm like, okay, I know how to train like naturally. The motherfucker said, no. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I got a race coming up in a few years, few times or whatever. So I needed the hookup. Because this is what happens, right? When horses get injected with steroids, they meet the hookup in the hood or in wherever, any of the professional things. Okay, it's a fucking horse. They're lobbying the horse like, okay, you know what I'm saying? The horse went out. That motherfucker went out in the limo, you know what I'm saying, after hours, went down to the track, you know what I'm saying, seen the hookup. So first of all, it's animal cruelty because am I right or he laughing?
I mean,
It's animal cruelty.
Not really. I mean, was the horse really hurt?
Huh?
Was the horse really hurt? No. The
Okay,
horse
not
was just
yet. It has
cheating.
long-term effects.
Yeah.
No, the horse won the fucking purse for somebody about to take the fucking purse. Horse don't even get to spend the fucking purse. He got the steroids, though. The motherfucker's ready for summer. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, you know what I'm saying? They said they're trying to renege on the motherfucker's damn title. Did he win? Did the horse win the actual competition that we're talking about?
He won the race. He won the race, and then they tested him after the race, and he failed the test.
Okay, well, they popped Brock Lesnar for shit like that, right? So pop the fucking horse.
Yeah, he got Brock Lesnar. That's bad.
And then the trainer says they have no idea how this got into the horse.
Sure.
Yeah. Somebody snuck in and gave his horse.
Now, let me just say something to this because I've went across a lot of these stories in the past couple of years with the horses. There might be some truth to it. I doubt it, but because a lot of people has done some weird things. I might remember us covering a story before where there was some champion horses or horses. I forget if it was one or two. I'm sorry, I don't know that person. I didn't meet him in the hood. But the horse, they took it to like a field. They chopped the damn horse up and they sold the damn parts. I guess the important parts. So trust me, there's a lot, especially all the money that's why Trump is commenting on it. Because it probably cost them some damn money or whatever. That's the only time we sit there and speak about somebody's past.
What's so crazy about it? Yeah.
No, go ahead, Jimmy. Yep.
What's so crazy about it is that they sometimes do shoot these animals up with all these drugs because you make the money off of stud fees. The money's not really made when you race. I mean, you make some, but you make stud fees. So they have this this horse called Stormcat. I only know because my father's real big into horses. And Stormcat produced a lot of winners. So what you do is you pay these breeding fees. So Stormcat was getting $250,000 every time he mated with a female horse, whether the horse got pregnant or not. $250,000. I think he was mating 40 times a day, 5 days a week.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So 40 times a day, 5 days a week times $250,000.
Sounds like a lot to me, man.
So if you
Sounds
if you win
crazy.
these races, that's how they get you.
Yeah, well,
Wow.
real question before we move on. Do you have a Hellcats Instagram? Go on. Go on.
Sure, you can find Hellcat. I'm sorry, Stormcat at your nearest White Castle, chopped up in your burger meat.
Disrespectful. See, I shouldn't even laugh at that. I didn't know. Peter, don't fuck with me. I didn't know that's where he was going with that.
But you know what? You could probably find pieces of Stormcat's tail and some black chick in the hood's ponytail right now. So
Oh Lord, come on.
Wow, we covered a lot in this whole section, y'all. This ain't even a highlight of the
We
show.
cover
we
freaking
done covered some.
steroid horse to
Next.
eating cats. Okay, next, yeah.
let's get into our topic tonight because I think we're a little bit behind schedule. But I think tonight's topic is important, especially with all the stuff that's been happening in the country lately. About portrayal of black people in the media. Is it that the media is looking for the worst parts of Black America? Or is it our imitating life? Or are we in the black community doing what the media is saying? So is it that the media is making it look worse than it really is, or is it really just that bad?
Okay, Jimmy. So which part of the there's so many different sectors of the media that we could talk about when you're dealing with black people.
Absolutely.
So where are we going to go first? Are we going to go with black media that gets shown 24/7, 7 days a week by a certain industry company that do all these reality TV shows? Should we go there first?
Oh, let's go there first.
Okay, so I hear a lot of people say that they don't like the way that the women are presented on these reality TV shows and stuff like that. Let me tell you, the only people that are really paying attention to these reality TV shows are the black women. Now, go back to me. I gotta
Here we go.
I had to think about my brand, so come back to me. I'll reword it perfectly if I won't hurt my brand. Keep going.
Well, you know what? But you know what? But you kind of have to wonder. I mean, we all know it's crime in the neighborhood. We all grew up in the hood. We understand that. But is it that the media is making the crime look worse? Is it making us seem like our neighborhoods are more violent or less? Like, for instance, I was on social media recently, and this guy I know, white guy I know, he saw an article where somebody posted about cops killing black people. We have to stop killing cops. We have to stop cops from killing us. And this guy posted that this also applies to the people that kill each other in Chicago. And I was pissed.
I will be too.
Chicago's murder. It's not like Chicago doesn't have high murder numbers. So it's not like we could just sit there and say, yeah, the media is going after us, but a lot of people get killed in Chicago and in Newark and in Baltimore and all these other areas. So again, is it that the media is just making us look worse than we really are, or are we just that bad and falling into their hands?
No, well, see, here's how. I'm sorry, but here's how people in the media make it worse. It's something similar to what you just said. I hate when we talk about cops killing black people, then it gotta be an asshole saying, well, black people kill black people. That's fucking different. I'm sick of that shit. That's fucking different. Okay. All right. It's different. Okay. Why? Because cops are not supposed to kill innocent people. All right. It's not that because we're black, we're fucking innocent when we get killed by the cops. Totally different from gangs going against each other. That's a totally different thing, that subject. But when we talk about just cops and what the fuck they're doing to us, that's the main fucking topic. So and that's how they try to switch it in the media. Be like, no, well, Chicago got these much killings, these black people killing each other. And yes, black people are killing each other, and that is something that we always have to work on as a group. But at the same time, as we trying to work on that, we can't have the cops whooping our asses. But
that goes to the question, though. Is it that the media is trying to make it look worse than what it is? Or is it just that bad?
Yeah, so we can't sit up there and ignore the fact, Icon, That we, and like I said, because of them sitting up there and putting it in, okay, giving these weapons, and this is how you have power, that we haven't been killing each other. You know what I'm saying? And like I said,
And
that's every
that's a
race. Every
problem.
race that killed each other. But we're
Mm.
not going to sit up there and act like, okay, we might not have killed just as many of our own people because of
Yeah.
the ignorance that they put in our heads as
Mm.
these fucking cops that sit up there and got away with. Because we're not, trust me, we'll probably be longer gone by the time they find out even half of the fucking unjustified deaths that's occurred. You know what I'm saying? To black or urban, you know what I'm saying, minorities or whatever the case may be. Because it's a fraternity. So they've been sweeping things under the rug, just like politicians have been sweeping things under the rug. You think that island that fucking Jeff Epstein was on was something new? You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? That's just been happening since we were kids and we didn't even know no better.
Yeah,
I
but
kind of thank God we didn't get into those type of situations when they were going on because we wouldn't have known kind of what to do because it's a
Yeah.
different now. So
But
when
see-
it comes to those type of situations, you know what I'm saying? We shouldn't turn a blind eye because we should be uniting at this point. And like I said, I've seen it. So I'm kind of happy about that. But let's not turn the eye about us being ignorant towards each other. We just had a show about this. So I'm not going to sit there and excuse anything. It's just like, okay, why don't we sit up there and we start recognizing who's on which side, and then we go accordingly. Because that's
Okay.
what it's all about.
Okay,
It's
well-
not what everybody keeps trying to paint it to be.
Okay, so I understand I understand completely what you're saying, but I feel when we talk about police brutality,
But it's not about police though. But that's the thing. We're not talking about police. We're talking about
And
the
I didn't say
media.
no. I don't think
Yeah.
I said police
The
one
media?
word. And
Yeah,
if I did,
no, we're not
then-
talking about police.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we're talking about the media. So is the media
Media.
portrayal of us,
Right.
or the portrayal of us in reality TV? Is it that they're pushing this narrative of us that's not completely true, or is it art imitating life? Is it that we're doing what the media or reality TV is saying that we're doing? Are we really like that in our neighborhoods?
No, of course, I think they push the narrative, but they push a narrative on one side to still try to make us look violent, to still try to make us look guilty before we ever try. So yes, they constantly push that. But then on the flip side, a lot of us is feeding that bullshit, and we got to hold ourselves accountable. Okay, you know what I'm saying? If you don't like how this media, this program is portraying this program, guess what? Black people got the roles for that program to look like that. They getting it from us. Okay. Okay. They're not getting it from no other race. You know what I'm saying? All these Black programs that people say is this and that, it makes Black women look bad, it makes Black men look bad. Guess what? We're supporting it hard and heavy. Look at the numbers. Okay, so you know, people we got to get our shit together. You know, so yeah, I think it's one side. Of course, they push that shit. They're gonna always continue to push that shit until we keep on fighting back. But then on the flip side, we feed the hell out of that shit.
Yeah,
daily, make so much money off that.
Yeah. Ledge, I don't know if you got anything else on that.
Yeah, I guess you could call it blood money. Because like I said, like,
blood money.
Oh, black money. Black money.
Go ahead, Nosa.
Yeah.
Oh man, he want to do this. I'm sorry, guys. I got to put myself back on mute.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nosa.
Now, don't be deciding to say something once the camera's off, Nosa.
Oh, I don't do that.
Yeah, that guy's the gatekeeper. He's the gatekeeper of extreme truth. Hell yeah.
But I mean, what do you think about it? I mean, we take a look at reality television, and when I see these things, I'm like, I kind of had a view like this isn't really a real representation of what Black America looks like. We're not really all out there walking around with the long fake hair and the fake lashes and arguing over everything and fighting over everything. And then you go back to the hood and you see this sometime. You're like, okay, are they imitating what they see on television, or is television just picking up on what we've been doing? Because if they've been picking up on what we've been doing, we need to stop this whole narrative about, oh, it's the media portraying us that way, and we need to start taking accountability for ourselves and fixing what we're seeing in our own neighborhoods. Personally, I think that's the biggest thing. I think that accountability left a long time ago. We started being accountable, and we went with this narrative that it was everybody else's fault but ours. It's the white man's fault. The white man flooded the hood with drugs and guns. Okay, cool, but did you have to use them? The white man ruined our educational system, which is true. I'm not gonna say the white man, but the educational system in poorer neighborhoods is not as well funded, and it's not as effective as it is in suburban neighborhoods. But my question is, where's the parents at? Like, I know with me, I would have homework at school, and then my parents would make me do other work. So where does our accountability fall in? It's so easy to sit there and say, oh, it's this negative portrayal of us. No. What are we doing to fix us? What are we doing to change our own narrative? You know, and unfortunately, you don't see that anymore. You know, I talked about last week the fact that when we first came to Jersey, when I was in elementary school, when kids would fight, my mother would jump in the middle of fights with kids and separate, break them up with little kids. And then my mother ran an after-school program in a park, and I'm talking about she had like video games in there. They would help them with their homework. You know, they had sports. There were things in the neighborhood, and I look back at the whole Ma'Khia Bryant thing. Everybody's talking about, oh, the cop, the cop, the cop. What about all those adults that were out there with their phones out? People would rather sit there and record and actually become their own versions of the media pushing what we're doing. So if you go on like the
I was gonna say let's make sure we open up the floor about what you pointing that out.
Yeah, definitely.
Whole conversation. Yep. I'm sorry.
Oh, definitely. So I mean, if you look at your world stars, your media takeouts, your gossips, what are they pushing? They're showing these videos. Oh, such and such rapper got jumped. Here's the footage. Tekashi 6ix9ine. He said he's gonna kill somebody. Let's play the audio. What do you think about that? Oh, okay, let's show the footage of this girl getting her weave ripped out of her hair. Like, we're sitting there pushing this and we're buying into it. And then you start going out and you start seeing people. What do you see when people start getting into fights? People yelling, "World star." Y'all did
Shit,
yelling.
I did a few times. Shit, you know what your mother go, "World star, oh shit, oh."
Yeah. And think about it. So we out there yelling this, and then talking about how the media has this negative perception of us. We shouting the media out while we're doing the shit that we say that they're perpetuating the stereotype of us doing. We're like, oh, they only show us fighting, and then a fight breaks out, and we out there yelling, "Hey, media!" We're shouting out them for what we're condemning them for. So it's, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, well, but you're absolutely right, because this is what we have known to do.
Yeah.
Because everybody now, remember back in the day, gentlemen, and maybe some other people in the audience. So even if we didn't have parents that was responsible to go to and be like, hey, so how's this supposed to be done? How's supposed to that? This will be done, whatever. We always had like other people, you know what I'm saying? Whether they were relatives, whether they were older brothers, sisters, you know what I'm saying? Cousins, uncles, this, that, whatever. Even like I said, some people that weren't even, like maybe it'd be a neighbor, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, or uncle or aunt. There was always somebody back in the day, because of the struggle, you know, family was more tight knit. So we could always go to that person and say, hey, I don't really get this, that, whatever. Maybe I'm not getting it from my parents, and maybe they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Half the time they don't. So, and like I said, we got that information. So now everybody gets the information off of TikTok and Instagram and fans only and all this or whatever, you know, so because that's looked like the thing to do. You know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, they feel like, okay, this is the thing that has to be done. I've talked to all of y'all and probably some people in the crowd here about how like reality TV, that's supposed to be the measuring stick right now.
Yeah.
So, you know, me being an actor, like, y'all know that's scripted, right? I know, you know what I'm saying? Y'all want to be doing it. I wish a motherfucker would sit up there and film me on real time, you know what I'm saying? A reality show in a situation where everything is great. Trust me, they wouldn't even be able to get a fucking commercial deal because I wouldn't even be on regular TV. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The whole thing is just like, okay, you do understand, and for good and bad reasons. So we do understand this is scripted, but people take this as reality because that's what it's put it out there as.
Yeah.
Social media, people come up there and they portray whatever images they want to.
Mhm.
I love the one where, you know what I'm saying, the girl is on vacation or the woman's on vacation and they're just like, you know, because they consider themselves the girl, oh, I'm the hot girl summer, this, that, whatever. So, you know, they even look at themselves as women. It's okay, I'm on my girl shit, I'm out to do this, that, whatever.
Mhm.
And they're like, oh, I'm all alone. But you got a picture taken by somebody from the back, like, okay, you know, from way back, you know what I'm saying, got the body shot, whatever. Are you really trusting that many strangers in all these places you're going? Like, knock it the fuck off. Because it's a fucking lie.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but like I said, what everybody's thing is whatever they perceived on social media, it's law. And that's the biggest BS I've ever heard in my life. And this is the reason why a lot of relationships is failing. And like I said, that's not even just with like a male and female or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever your criteria is. That's talking about friends, best friends. I've had it done. That's why I don't be on social media that much. Because I've seen.
No, I mean, yeah, I've you know, for years always preach about people putting too much of their business out on social media, you know. I know stupid people, like every time they get into a goddamn relationship, it'd be like, hey, my new boo. And then 4 months later, hey, my new boo. Then 2 months later, hey, you looking crazy. You need therapy. This is what literally, if you look down some of these some of these status and everything, your posts, you'll realize that a lot of people need fucking therapy. It's like they need to tell it to a whole bunch of strangers that they don't even see on a daily basis about some real personal shit.
Yeah.
One time I was looking at a female post and she's posting, talking, showing her face and everything, talking about how her baby father burnt her. I'm like, what the fuck? We came to the point that we're just saying all types of family business like that. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so again, is it that the media is making us look like this? That's the question. Is it this, or again, is it us need to take responsibility and then get mad at the media for pushing it?
No,
So when it comes to the media situation, right? Media is based on interpretation. So first and foremost, right, when you first get a breaking story, right? We can have a breaking story. Me and Icon can sit up there and we're like just joking around with each other. We're about to play, you know what I'm saying, PlayStation 5 or something like that. And if somebody sees us on the balcony or whatever talking, and you know what I'm saying, we're cutting our shit. Because me and I can always talk like each other. Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying, about to destroy you, blah, 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 whatever. Somebody could take that. They could take a video of that. Like, oh, they're getting at each other. And then, like I said, depend on the media doing their research because it's breaking story. So it's like, oh, okay, we're gonna report it first. Oh, Icon a legend. They don't get along, whatever. We gotta interview Jimmy Bones and Jimmy, you know what I'm saying? He's trying to get ready for fucking, you know what I'm saying, Fall to Rise on Saturday. He got people knocking at his door. Oh, Jimmy Bones, we need Mr. Brown. Can we answer you about the beef or whatever? He's like, what beef? You know what I'm saying? They're supposed to be on the show with that. So that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Because anything that gets out there, people take it as first grade and don't do their research. This is the reason why we've had a lot of unnecessary events happen. This is the reason why we have a lot of necessary events happen.
Yeah.
Because it's everything that's portrayed. Because guess what? Unless we could talk to the people, right? That's what I always said about scientific facts. You know how many years it would take me to catch up with these people that's supposed to be approved, and hopefully I'm right, but approving like the FDA approved the foods and this, that, whatever. Guess what? All I could go and I can Google a couple of credible sites and this, that, whatever, and do my own knowledge and take it from there. But a lot of people are not going to do that because A, too much work. And trust me, sometimes you do have to dig to get the truth. B, you know what I'm saying? It sounds cooler if, okay, I could just skip to it. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just C, some people don't want to change. So if you tell me, oh, ice cream is killing somebody, you know what I'm saying? This is recall, but this is my favorite ice cream. Like, You know, and then I hear other people, conspiracy theorists. Oh no, there's nothing wrong with this ice cream. You know, saying this, that, whatever. Okay, that's all I need to hear. I'm gonna eat, and then you'll be seeing my funeral progression next week under the report about how one other victim of the recall.
Yeah. All right. Well, we see we got a hand up already. Tony, I know your hand been up for a minute. Go ahead, brother.
Tone, what's going on, fam?
Yo, what I think personally is, yeah, we are that fucked up, Jay. I think, you know, I believe they blow it up. But think about it. If so many people want attention, be it positive attention, negative attention, or just attention. Like a lot of people think that might be their 5 minutes to fame. That's why they do YouTube stuff and all the different type of things that I think cats get out there. If you blowing up something that is actually like the truth, and we are a little nutty. That's why people realize they can make a show about this old crap.
Yeah.
And I myself don't look at reality TV. If it's real, this, that, or the other, I don't look at none of that shit. I might have looked at the only thing reality that I can remember ever looking at was I looked at like maybe the first season of this Basketball Wives or the second season. And I looked at I looked at The Flavor of Love only because I'm a hip hop old school junkie.
I did too. I'm with you, bro.
I just looked at it because, you know, PE was my group. So I just looked at that shit. It was, I mean, I realized I think I'm getting dumber the more I look at this old crazy. But like I'm losing like brain cells watching that shit, dude. I don't fuck with it myself, but people look at it and people want to see it. So, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Like all the reality shows that probably popular now. Like, you know, at first when it was new, you just didn't know what to expect. And I watched the first season of it. I was like, I want my life back.
Yeah. Well, you know what it is, to be honest with you, and thanks for the comment, Tone. I think we have what I call meme-based mentality. Meme, M-E-M-E based mentality. So what happens is we'll sit there, we'll take a look at a picture without any context or the context that other people are giving us, and we take it as facts. And in some cases, some people act on it. Some people will see something, oh yeah, that's true. It's got to be true. I saw it on Facebook. I saw it on social media. And I think that in a way, in certain ways, the Black community is struggling, but I also see Black people that's out there doing what they're seeing on TV. They out there doing what they see on World Star. They're out there doing what they see on you know, the different radio shows on YouTube. And you know, I think it's unfortunate because well, let me backtrack a little bit. If you think about it like this, think about the 90s. When you had the early 90s, you had a different world. When you had the Cosby Show, Martin, Living Single. When a different world came out, enrollment in historically Black colleges tripled because we were seeing that on television. So we started going more into that. What happens? Here comes gangster rap. Here comes these more ignorant Black shows that you could tell did not have Black writers at all, because the jokes weren't even jokes that Black people would tell.
Right.
And what happened? We started swaying the other way. The streets have always been wild. Don't get me wrong. But I think that in a sense, we've allowed media, television, and other sources to kind of sway us. Because again, in the early 90s, we were doing our thing. I mean, you had the positive hip hop.
Your time frame is slightly off because you mentioned the Cosby Show, Different World. Then you said that
Living Single.
The Living Single. No, but then you said that then Gangsta Rap came out. You have to remember, Gangsta Rap was a resurgent from like 89 to 91.
Yeah, like NWO days. So yeah, there was way
what I'm saying. NWA.
Gangsta Rap. After NWA, Ice Cube, boom, boom, boom.
That was kind of like the launch of Gangsta Rap.
So
it was the launch, but it became the predominant form of rap after that. I'm
sorry, Jim. My bad. But what I wanted to say is because at the time that Gangsta Rap was merging, you still had all these positive TV shows and stuff like that. So the positive TV shows would show Black people, middle class and up, But at the time, because the rap was so new and so raw, us from the inner cities understood that they would just talk about reality at that time because
Yeah.
that's what it was originally doing. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we probably heard crazy ass lyrics, but we understood that it was mirroring the shit that was going on.
Yeah.
Now that done evolved into some other shit, but keep going.
Yeah, and Queen Diva, I see you got your hand up. I got you in a second. But yeah, it's something that my son, the rapper who I'm a huge fan of, called out Future for. Because Future had a song because he's glorifying people popping pills and doing lean. And he had a freestyle. He said, Future said, God's blessing all the trap niggas. I'm in the streets for real. Where you at, nigga? Real trap niggas getting murdered over rap. Over rats. So what he's talking about is why are you out there glorifying this hustle when you know that these dudes are out here getting killed behind it? You know what really happens. And from what they say, Future doesn't even really drink lean. He doesn't even really pop pills. But he's pushing it, and you have these kids imitating it and out there saying, oh, I pop pills. I drink lean. Like, I never wanted to take a pill when I was younger or drink cough syrup. That made no sense to me.
Okay, so here's where I'm going to have to play devil's
And Queen
advocate.
Diva, I got you too. I got you, Queen Diva. Good.
Here's where I play devil's advocate. Okay. I will say if any human being is getting motivated by a rapper talk about popping pills and that's what you do, then you just need to die. You know what I'm saying? We gotta
Well,
look at this shit. No.
But the thing is, but that's what they're doing though.
No. Time out. I'm not talking about for people who have mental disabilities and they, judgment impairment, not them. I'm talking about people who can't not look at this as just entertainment.
But most people
Okay?
most people can't separate.
It's crazy.
But most people nowadays don't separate the two. Most people will look at shit. Most people will look at social media and think that what they see on social media is real. If you really want to take a look at it, where do we get our styles from? Because somebody on television or on media tells us this style is popular. This is what you're supposed to be wearing. So you don't think the same thing is going to happen with popping pills? If you got rappers out there saying, yeah, I pop these pills. I do this lean. I have all these girls around me. I have all this money with me. You don't think some kid isn't going to see that and say,
it's very unfortunate. That's why people got to raise the goddamn kids and stop blaming the rap for how their kids turn the fuck out or music on how they turn the fuck out. If that's the case, blame all these crazy ass movies. Blame Scarface. Blame all that other crazy shit that comes out. I just don't want people to start blaming rap for the hood.
Yep,
I'm more than understood about that. Right, more than understood about that. But at one instant, you was blaming the kids or the people that's perpetrating it. Now you're blaming it on the parents. Right?
No. What I'm saying is you can't blame hip hop. I mean, don't get me wrong. If we say what Future
use your words
saying,
carefully because I'm ready to pounce.
No. What we said, what Future is saying is stupid. I'm not disagreeing with that. Yes, it's stupid. Do I think it even should be played? It's not my cup of music. No, not really. But some people like it because it's entertaining to them. They're not. I liked Snoop Dogg and Ice Cube and shit like that. I didn't go out and start shooting motherfuckers.
You know what? But I have something on that. But Queen Diva's hand's been up for a minute. Nope. So let's let Queen Diva say what she has to say. Because I actually have something on that. But Queen Diva.
I almost forgot what I had to say. But hold on. Let me pull it out. Let me pull it back out. Wait. Let me sum it up like this. The media could build you up or it could break you down.
Yeah, definitely.
The media was not created to highlight Black folks. It was not created to make us look good, so we can't expect it to. And a lot of time when you're watching the news, I'm sure you guys notice, look who they always turn to when they what happened here? They always turn to Pookie, and that's why I wrote on Legends page the other day. They always look for the Pookie from New Jack City in the group. They're not going to ask the well-dressed woman or the well-dressed man. They're going to ask the worst looking Black person out there in that group. And that's what they're made to do. They're made to make us look as ugly and as nasty as we possibly can be and break us down even further. Yes, we ourselves do it to ourselves too by some of the videos that we put up. And our mentality is so funny. We're funny people. We think that we can't damage ourselves. We think it's comedy, we think it's funny, but at the same time, we're helping them destroy us too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like we
Thank
call
you.
ourselves niggas, but somebody else call us a nigga. We ready to fight, but why you
Yeah.
ready to fight when you call call each other that already?
Yeah,
You know
I
what I'm
agree.
saying? So a lot of times we open the door for them to come and destroy us the way they do. We give them the key or the weapon to destroy us with. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And as far as social media is concerned, social media has its pros and its cons too. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I do a lot of business on social media. You know what I mean? You could promote, you could do good things, but social media give a lot of people a platform to create the life that they want, not the one that they really live.
Yep.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of fantasy people on social media. You know what I'm saying? That, you know what I mean? But that's their fantasy land. I don't pay no mind because I'm there for one reason, to conduct business. But in the long run, let's just not forget what the media real purpose is. It's not for us. So they're actually doing their job, which is to destroy us. You know what I'm saying? And we need to stop using it to destroy ourselves too, because we're doing a damn good job of that as well.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm
So
saying.
ladies and gentlemen, as you just heard, I'd like to move to just prove my point. Without me even saying it. So
Yeah.
go ahead, Jimmy.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. It's actually right. You know, I see both sides. I definitely see both sides. And what you're saying, Icon, what you were saying before about like in Snoop Dogg, and you know, again, I like that same hip hop too. But at the end of the day, there was still a message in it. So you had him talking about how he had the women, he had the drugs, but then he had a song called "Murder Was Their Case," where he talks about he did all of that stuff and then died. So there was a consequence to what was going on. So they made gangster rap, but in a lot of the songs in gangster rap, there was consequences.
Yeah.
Now with a lot of the new music, you don't have the consequences. It's just, yeah, I get high and pop pills and party. Next song.
Yeah, but Jimmy, they were doing the same thing back then. So I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump back on Icon's side now. No. They were glorifying a lot of shit, which is the reason why a lot of us
I mean, we gotta
so
think
we're
the
not gonna-
Onyx video. Bunk,
Yeah.
bunk, like you just don't care. They have real guns in the music video.
But you know what the thing is, you had a balance though in music and in television. So you'd have that crazy shoot 'em up music, but you'd also have positive music too.
Jimmy, that's the same thing. That's the same. I don't mean to cut you. It's the same thing today, bro. So no, there's no difference.
But the positive music is more being
We're
pushed
not
out.
gonna, we're not gonna sit there and do that.
For
Because,
music,
yeah, back in the day, that's the reason.
I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead, Icon.
But it's not the same for black music and black TV. You're just not. You know,
yeah.
like
What?
even when it was gangster rap, in that era of gangster rap, you know, it was more intellectual, honestly.
So about
You know what I'm
television?
saying? No. The gangster rap back
Icon,
then.
let's okay. So we're not gonna bullshit here.
Yeah.
Because those are gonna act like every gangster rap that came along was intellectual. No,
No,
fuck it wasn't. A lot of motherfuckers was
we're not.
Hold on. A lot of people is glorifying it, and that's what's actually carved the generation that we're watching right now with the reality TV and with a lot of these songs and shit like that. Because that shit was glorified, that shouldn't have been glorified then. So I'm not gonna sit there and sign off on that bullshit at all. Because a lot of shit that started back when we were all young is the reason why shit is here now. Everybody learns from the last generation. It's just been getting crazier and crazier. It's been more and more freedom.
Now, I think either somebody slipped because like
it's called 80s crack, Icon. It's called 80s crack. So it's been slipping ever since. So and they've been upgrading ever since.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm not gonna sit up there and give a back like okay, we grew up with less knowledge of rap. No, the fuck. That's the reason why shit is the way it is now, because motherfuckers started.
But no. But hold on. But hold on.
I'm not knocking them telling true stories, but they glorified.
No, and you're right.
All those anthems, they were glorifying and the fuck the shit that we were sitting there trying to duck and dodge, going back and forth on our business.
No. You're absolutely right. It was a lot of glorified, but to that point, at the same time, we had the flip side of a lot of positive black image. Now it just all turned to shits.
Because what they see as black image that's supposed to be good is just the norm. So when we started back then, right, it was either you was out in the streets doing whatever, or you was trying to do something positive. Those lines have been very fucking crossed.
Yeah.
For the past few decades.
Yeah.
So
You got
right
gangsters
now,
trying to
it's
be,
not the point that
thugs.
motherfuckers are glorifying to doing something fucked up. They're glorifying the fact, okay, this is the cool thing to do. This is cool,
Yeah.
this, that, whatever the case may be. There's nothing wrong with this. Hey, if I got something to defend my family or something and go out in these streets, I gotta do it. It's way different because back then when we were doing it, it was survival. Not saying that
It
every
was.
case right now isn't, but now it's just like, okay, this is what you have to do to be accepted. This is what you have to do. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever. And thank God I know plenty of youth that are not into this shit and they are going to be fine. You know what I'm saying? But that's not going to ignore the fact that, okay, these days they're just doing something stupid. Yeah, guess what? We were the ones that fuck up parented them.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of these motherfuckers they're doing the stupid shit to do because guess what? Like I said, started with the 80s crack and even before then, what was the 70s heroin? I forget what was the big thing in the 70s. So it's been generation after generation. It spread it out. It's not just the black communities. No, no, they're hitting every fucking community. That's what came with these fucking races. They're like, oh, is this a black problem? No, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So now everybody's sitting there and going in and wilding the fuck out. So now what is it? Oh, now it's the drugs and this stuff, whatever. Yeah. Like I said, it goes back with what I was saying about the guns. Both were communicating. It was no problem when the 80s crack and the fucking guns, it was in the fucking, you know, the low income neighborhoods. Because it wasn't a problem. It's just like, okay, it's crowd population. But now that we fast forward, because all that shit was accepted, it would look cool back on the icon, the videos that we grew up with. You know what I'm saying? About shooting a motherfucker, doing this and doing that, whatever. So you really have to have a strong base as far as growing up or just be very mature to understand what's right and what's wrong. Other than that, okay, this is what we were shown, so this is what we shown was cool. And then guess what? When we had kids, we taught them that. And guess what? The next generation of kids had kids when they were still kids. And it just trickled down.
Yeah.
So now the kids sit up there, that's the parents, do the fucking drugs and the drinking or whatever with the kids. I've seen plenty of examples from mansions all the way down to fucking crack houses of how parents do with their kids. And I'm sort of saying I'm a crackhead or I be in crack houses like that. No, certain situations.
Good thing clarifying that.
Right, yeah. I want to make sure so there's no scandals or whatever come out later.
Hey, this nigga was in a crack house. He said it on that.
Well,
on
we actually have been in one for a documentary that we did.
Thank you. I rest my case. So
we woke up a crackhead.
So
we woke up a crackhead. He was pissed.
Yeah,
oh, man.
Yeah. We'll show the archives on that eventually. Another show in the future. But
yeah. But Toy had a hand up for a minute. Go ahead, Toy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know if she could. Let me see.
You know, Toy probably forgot what you're about to say.
Yeah. Come on, Toy, you still there?
Put my hand down. It was a mistake.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh
All
no,
right.
but you're on now, though. Welcome back. Don't be shy now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I think it could be the type of thing. Like I said, I see it as both. I think that in certain cases, the media does portray us as terrible, ignorant. But again, this is also where accountability comes in. Like, I think we also need to be holding ourselves accountable in our own communities and to be out in our own lives. I think I spoke before about the fact that I went to high school with this girl. Well, they were two sisters. And then I went to middle school. In middle school, I knew they were going to have a kid by high school. In middle school, I knew this. One of them had a kid at 14, the other one had a kid at 16. Both of them are grandmothers now. One is 35, the other one is 37. They're grandmothers. And I see people on Facebook congratulating them.
Yeah, so, and you know why, Jimmy? I'm going to say this, and for if any black woman want to challenge me, go right ahead. But in America, you know, us black men have a problem of finding, you know, a woman of age that's childless and
Here we go.
No, that's childless. It's single and childless. It's just that's what it is. And you know, we have a culture where it embraces this, embraces women having babies without even being married and having multiple babies without being married. You go to any other culture besides ours, they shut those women down. They look down on them. They treat them like shit. They shine upon that. But us, yeah, just have babies and don't get married and just be a baby mama.
But you know what? To be fair,
Stupid.
but you know what? To be fair, we also got a lot of men out here that's doing that too. And you got a lot of rappers. Oh, such and such got 12 kids.
Listen.
And we crack jokes about it, but if you're gonna take that view with the women, we also got to take that view with the men that's out there that's have.
Okay, Jimmy. Okay, Jimmy. So okay. So
throughout the years, so
okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's all been, and I see Nosa got 2 hands up.
Okay, so let's
Nosa been waiting a long time for this one.
Okay, so let's take that with the men, okay? Because there's a lot of women out there be saying it's hard to find a good man. It's hard to find a good man. Okay, women, well, check this out. 51% of men, of Black men right now is singleless and making a middle-age income. 87% of that is making 87 above middle income. Okay, so there's no reason not to find a decent man. For us, it's harder for us to find a Black woman who don't have a child and single. Check the status.
It's easy for me. It's easy for me.
Check the status. No. I'm not saying for individuals.
I'm about to say, I don't look at
what
stats.
I'm saying. I'm saying for the whole. I'm talking in general. I'm not talking to individuals. Okay, as a whole, it's harder for a Black American man to find a woman of age that is single and childless. Bottom line.
Now,
we're about to switch up. We're about to we're about to go into a whole different level.
Yeah,
so let me get ready.
But the truth hurts. People want to go to bed.
But here's the thing.
But they want to get on a Black man like we ain't shit.
But here's my thing. But here's my question.
Icon.
We
got some ruffled feathers.
Hang on. Now, Icon.
I'm playing with you, baby.
Queen Diva, we'll get you in a minute. But Icon, here's a question with that.
We got
we got y'all in a minute. So Icon, here's the question. And you know it's weird. It's gonna seem like I'm super pro woman now, and I love women, especially.
I love women too, but we gotta.
No, but I gotta point to this. So you're saying that we're talking about these numbers of Black women that are single mothers. My question is, where's the men that got these women pregnant? Because again, I have a good friend of mine. This dude met this woman when he came out of jail. She cleaned him up, took care of him. He got her pregnant. She got him working. He wound up having a good job. She had a good job. No. But it's a point to this. They get pregnant. They have a child. They're together. They have another child. While she's pregnant, he cheats on her and gets another woman pregnant. So he now has 2 children at the same time. He leaves both of them, gets with another woman, gets her pregnant, has a child with her. He now has another child on the way with another woman. So technically, by that logic, if those women are still single, the problem is with them and not with him, who's having all these kids and just leaving.
Okay, so all right.
The problem is it's easier for a man to leave than it is for, not to say that it doesn't happen. You have a lot of single fathers out there that's really doing it. It's dope. But isn't it easy? It's easier for a man to leave a relationship than it is for a woman to leave. Now, granted, you do have some women that prevent their men from seeing the kids. That definitely happens. But again, you got, if we're going to talk about the single women, we also got to talk about these men that's leaving them too.
Okay, so men that's leaving them. Men that's leaving them. Okay, Jimmy. So let me hit you with these numbers. I'm just talking about numbers. Numbers don't lie. Okay.
No, they can.
Out of
it does.
Numbers can be misleading, but go ahead.
It could be misleading, but listen, out of all divorces, right? 87% of all divorces are by women. 87%. 80. Now, if you think about women, our grandparents, and older mothers, grandparents, great grandparents, they understood that you can't be going around just having kids out of wedlock all willy-nilly. Not saying it never happened, but it never happened like this. Like only thing I'm saying is, Jimmy, people, hold up. No, it hasn't. It hasn't,
No.
Jimmy.
I
I'm
have
waiting
something
to be
with that.
tagged.
But this I have something with that.
No.
But
Give me-
I have
Listen,
something with
listen,
that. I
people,
have something
hold
with
up, hold up.
Hold on,
Hold up. Let me finish.
Mhm.
I'm not saying that a lot of men had to pick up and get their shit together. I'm not saying that at all. Okay. What I'm saying is this. All right. And like I said, it's a lot of women that gets it. Like a woman can't tell me man ain't shit when she got 3 kids and two to three baby fathers. You can't tell me that. No, your choices ain't shit.
Yeah.
Let's just people gotta hold themselves accountable. That's like me. If I mess with nothing but crazy bitches, then I'm gonna be in here talking about all bitches crazy. No,
Well, yeah. Yeah.
I'm picking the crazy bitches.
Mhm.
Okay. When I talk in general, I'm talking just numbers. Okay. Let's stop making it seem like a bunch of these black women having kids and being baby mamas is a cool fucking thing.
I don't think anybody's saying it's cool. That's the thing.
No. Okay, so why do we not hit them like other races hit they women? Not hit them like that, but
Not
hit them
physically
with
hit
the
'em.
facts. And
Well-
not physically hit them, but hit them with the shine. Listen, if we treated certain things a way that other races treated certain things, we will probably have a better family structure till this day.
But here's something else that I think you're discounting. Nosa, I know your hand been up for a minute, so I got you,
let's
Nosa.
wait.
But this is something that you also have to consider. If you want to take a look at politics, and this is numbers. If you are a single mother, you get more money and more benefits than one that is in a relationship. So if y'all are struggling together, it actually benefits the woman more to say, you know what, I'm a single parent. Because they get
Okay,
more
and
money
that's-
and they get
No,
more
so
benefits.
that's
think about it.
bullshit.
So that's
And that's
even more
bullshit.
worse.
And I
Jimmy.
agree.
That
So that's
sounds
even
like
more worse. So you
right.
telling me
So,
you got women
what
just having
happened to the
babies just to
sexual
get money
equality thing that
off
we
the
always
system?
talk
No.
about, right?
But no. But this is my thing. Let's just say a woman is with a dude. Dude's not making a lot of money. Dude's not really, he's not pulling his weight. He's not making money like that.
Okay.
The government says if that man lives in the house, we're cutting your benefits.
Mhm.
If he lives in the house, we're cutting your benefits.
So how's that
If that-
fair?
I don't think it's fair. But I'm saying we have to take that into account too. So when we're mentioning numbers, let's also mention that fact that there's certain projects and certain programs that the government puts out that de-incentivizes black families from staying together.
Oh well, trust me, I can go off the whole thing about because of the fact that I was responsible, have no kids, this, that, whatever the case may be. I don't get shit anytime. The very few times I've come to assistance, you know what I'm saying, from the state. One of the reasons why I moved out of it eventually, you know what I'm saying? It was like, okay, there's nothing up here that benefits me, and I've been working since I've been a fucking kid in high school. So you know what I'm saying? It's just like, okay, these little splurts when I couldn't work and I would go to the government because I know I should have plenty of money built up. You know what I'm saying? They stepped there and screwed me in most cases left and right. You know what I'm saying? But a woman, I noticed that could sit up there and have kids or this, that, whatever the case may be, or in the situation or whatever. It was never any problem. I'm not sitting up there and even knocking whatever, but it's never been any problem. You know what I'm saying? So we're not going to sit there and ignore the fact of whatever, because Lord knows if a man is struggling trying to take care of his kid, he gets dragged through the fucking dirt.
Oh, I agree.
So let's just make sure we admit that, because we don't have as many opportunities. Let's just make sure we understand that too. And I'm telling you from fucking experience, from a guy with no kids who has every once in a while tried to sit up there and say, okay, what's my opportunities for me? So we're not going to ignore that, but no.
No, hand probably tired by now. Go ahead, Nosa.
Yes, it is. You know, my arm is heavy. But I want to say for the record that I respect, Icon and his position, because at the end of the day, we're all entitled to have our preference. But I'm a mother. I have one daughter, a single mom. And when I first got pregnant, I was engaged to my baby father. So it was not like, oh, let me get pregnant for government assistance. Nah, it was me and him was together and engaged. But based on whatever circumstance happened, whatever transpired, me and him are done for. But my point is, not all single mothers are after the welfare or whatever benefits. I know there's plenty of women
Yeah.
that have multiple kids, up to 7 kids, and she was in love with all of the baby fathers. You have the right to have unprotected sex with the one you choose to have unprotected sex with, who you
Yeah.
love. And some people are really fertile. They just get pregnant, and instead of not aborting the baby, they just choose to keep it. And I respect them for keeping it. I even respect those that abort it. It's whatever your personal preference is, do you. But just because a woman is older and she doesn't have a kid doesn't mean she hasn't had an abortion. So you're trying to say that those that chose to not have a kid is better than those that have a kid? To me, all women are special in their own right. All women are strong in their own right. And I don't judge people for their lifestyle, you know? Even the ones that have 4 baby fathers and 4 kids, because some people just love hard, you know?
You're better than me.
Before Icon answers that, I'm going to say this. Wait, before Icon answers that, I want to say one thing, right? And I respect what you said about what happens to women. So why don't we get the same thing? Because women in general don't act like we're supposed to go through the same thing. When we're going through something, we're trying to get ourselves up, we get kicked down. Oh, this motherfucker, look at this sorry ass motherfucker over here. He can't do this, he can't do that. So that's
I'm not gonna agree with that, because some women, they do come at men sideways, but there's some women that actually accept the man for their past. I know
not many, dear. Not many,
that's on child support, multiple kids, you know, so I'm not gonna sit here and assume that all females think like that, because that's not true. I know plenty of women that, matter of fact, my baby father's wife, he got me pregnant, we separated. A month later after we separated, he got another broad pregnant, they separated, and then he finally got married and has 2 kids by her. So my daughter is 7 years old and she's the oldest. Her sister is 6 years old. Then he has 2 kids by the woman he married. So now all women judge y'all. And the ones that judge y'all, that's their loss.
Here's the thing, like when I make certain comments like that, and I don't think about individuals. I really think about the general concept, because if you look at it as a whole, it is a problem. You know, if we care about families, we have to look at that. You know what I'm saying? We have to look at, okay, we do know that when it comes to sex, women have the access to sex, men has the access to relationships. We have to understand what we need to do to honestly fix that problem, because it's crazy, you know, and because we have babies raising babies and you know, raising young girls, and it's like we have to treat it like it's a fucking serious issue, like how every race have always treated like it, and that's why they don't have the problem. That's why the men could easily got more of a chance of finding somebody in their own race who don't have a kid and who's single. That's all I'm saying. I'm just stating the facts.
I do want to add one point after you finish. I do want to add one last point. I started cutting you off, but I don't want to get to start. You said that it's hard for you to find a woman
not me.
of age that has no children. If I were to, like, honestly speaking, our clock is different from your clock. My father has a 8-year-old son and he's in his 70s. So my point is that if I would have waited until I was, you know, married,
but
keep in mind, I'm still not married at 38. My junk would be all dried up. So by the time I
okay, but it's a case by case scenario, no sir. So that's the whole thing about that. It's a case by case scenario. So you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, where I might be comfortable about when I'm having kids, might not be comfortable when you're having kids. At the end of the day, both people should be comfortable with that. So if you're in a rush to have kids at 40, and I can speak from this fucking situation, and I could talk about this for a whole hour-long special. So whenever everybody's sitting up there trying to beat the clock challenge with these women, and they're like, oh, okay, we got to have this kid by a certain time and this, that, whatever. Okay, you can't respect the fact that the guy that doesn't have the kids, okay, he's trying to make sure everything is straight. Because to beat the clock, oh, I gotta get there because guess what? My best friend just got married last summer. My sister's getting married this summer, so I gotta get in between. I don't want to be the odd woman left out. So you know what I'm saying?
How the world was constructed years ago, it was in a way that it was naturally that a woman will look for a man, get a man at a certain age or whatever. But now you have the modern day era. Women are not thinking about when to start a family at the same age that they thought back then. And that can be a problem if we're talking about kids and marriage. If you think about it, because back then, my grandparents got married very young.
Yeah, back then, like 17, back then.
Some of y'all parents got married at a very young age because that was just the thing. That thing was find something that you could love or could grow to love, and somebody that could work with you and build a family unit. That's why
I remember
our
those
families
teachings.
were so strong back then. But now, you know, they telling females, no, boo, don't worry about a man, boo boo. A man will be there anytime. Go get this, go get that, get your this, get your that, get your that. And guess what? They having these women saying, oh, a man, oh, you get a man anytime. No, you won't. No, you won't.
You
Not
know
the man that you want, because
you know,
you get older.
Tell 'em, Icon.
you know one of the things, to be honest with you, that I think destroyed us, especially in terms of relationships. I think that one of the things that hurt us is that instead of us trying to help each other and heal each other as men and women, we started competing with each other. So instead of us saying, you know what, let's grow together, it's let me get this before you.
Well, that's politics, Jimmy. Think about it. That's politics.
And unfortunately, it's, you know, you have the talking heads on TV, you have the talking heads on social media. Like you'll have the ones that'll sit there and say, oh, well, you don't need a man, you don't need a woman. Okay, are you married? Well, no, then why are you giving advice on this? So I mean, again, both sides of
single women keep single women single.
But you know what else it is too? I think both sides are afraid to admit that we hurt each other. To be honest with you, I think that both sides, men and women, have hurt each other. And instead of us saying, you know what, let's work on healing, we sitting there. I think that's both sides again trying to assign blame. Oh, it's their fault. No, it's your fault. No, it's their fault. No, it's your. And then it's like, oh well, you know, statistics say this. I'm not even talking about just statistics, but it's, oh, stats say this, or I heard this, or I can't find this. Maybe it's the parameters, maybe it's the area you're looking at. You know, I have a friend of mine who said, I can't find a good man. And I said, okay, well, she came out of an abusive relationship. Like the guy she was with beat her up so bad she had to have plastic surgery. Like he beat her up that bad. And I asked her, what do you want? She said, oh, well, I want a good, kind man that's a Christian, that's going to treat me like a queen. I said, okay, well, what are you into? Well, I'm into Bible. I'm into the church. Okay, what else are you into? Oh, well, I'm into things, but what? But I'm into things, but what? And I had to dig for her to say, okay, well, I like karaoke. I like to eat. You know, we don't know how to communicate with each other either. We don't know how to talk to each other anymore. We're talking at each other. And in a sense, we're almost in a certain way scamming each other. It's, okay, this person's probably gaming me, so let me game them first to get what I want out of the relationship, just in case. Just in case it don't work out, let me just make sure I get what I want. So for some women, it may be marriage, it may be women, it may be marriage or a kid. For some of these men, it may be, I need to get a chick paying my bills, or I might need to get some arm candy I can walk around and smash whenever I want. And I think we're gaming each other, and it happens too much. Like, y'all know my rule about I don't buy women drinks at bars. I don't need to, and I don't expect them to buy me one. Why can't we just sit down and have a conversation without having to exchange currency? Why do we have to barter and trade with each other just to try to understand each other? Why does there have to be something else attached to it?
Because a vast, I won't say vast majority, vast majority, okay? I'm not saying we'll expect a drink at the bar, but a vast majority,
they do.
Want a guy of substance, want a guy with money. The money is what turns them on. And that's the bottom line, because that's the world.
But here's the question. Is it necessarily always the money, or is it sometimes the title? So, for instance, I've met women
the status. I think it's in the middle.
Status.
Jimmy. Yeah, the status.
I think it's also the status.
I think that covers both, right?
Yeah, like I know some women, and they're like, you know, I want a man that's making six figures. Cool, not a problem. What do you do? Well, I'm a nurse. I make high five figures. Not a problem. Or I make six figures. Cool, not a problem.
What nurse makes six figures, Jimmy? No nurse makes six figures.
Some do. Yeah, they do.
What nurse? Nurse doctor?
Some nurses make six figures. Yeah, they do. Yes, they do. If you work at a trauma hospital and you are RN, yeah, you do make six figures.
I know a few. They never made
probably with tenure. You know what I'm saying?
But you can make that six figures, especially now with COVID.
A
You definitely
nurse?
make it. Yeah, especially now with COVID and that overtime and the
Yes,
habits.
yes, you can.
Yeah, you're definitely
Okay.
making that as a nurse.
6
Um,
figures?
yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay. All
So,
right.
you know, I think people
I
need
got the wrong
to.
profession.
I think people also got to figure out what they want. Like some people, they saying, okay, I want somebody making 6 figures. Okay, do they have to be white collar? Are you just looking for the status? You know, and so
Listen, Jimmy,
sometimes say that
you're
that
too
these.
nice, Jimmy. You too nice. They looking just for the money. They don't give a fuck what the status
So wait,
is.
I'm
Not
too
all the
nice now.
time.
Yeah,
Not all the time,
not all the
Icon.
time.
So I will agree with Jimmy on this one.
Majority
No,
of the
sir.
time, I
No,
ain't
sir.
saying in this. Y'all
Is it-
No,
talking,
sir.
y'all be
No,
breaking
sir.
down into isolated situations. I'm saying in general, it's
Okay,
about
Icon. No, go. Because sometimes in general,
I'm
a
dealing with my own
motherfucker ride with
experiences.
you as long as you got the cred, even if you ain't got the money or this, that, whatever. So no, we're not gonna bullshit on that, bro.
Yeah.
Because like I said, no, there's more situations going on.
How
just because
many
women get with
bitches
people
you
about
know
money.
niggas just
Sometimes
on
it's just
credit?
because of their status,
It's
and they
money.
can. And I'm saying this both ways. I'm not just saying it's women that do this shit. I've seen men do it too. No,
Yeah.
we're not gonna say that. No,
Yeah,
not
I mean, I think one
Not
of the
at all.
biggest mistakes that we can make, especially when communicating with each other, is generalizations. We need to stop generalizing and saying they don't want this. They don't just. I think instead of us, I think we need to start dealing with things on a case by case basis instead of basing our decisions on
Okay,
what
so Jimmy,
on stats. Yeah.
all right, so Jimmy, okay.
Mhm.
So check this out.
Mhm.
You say you want to still deal with cases case by case.
Mhm.
Okay, so it's 500 people in the room,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Out of the 500, 500, all 500 fat as hell, right? 400 is about to die.
Mhm.
All right.
Mhm.
Now they trying to decide which one is more unhealthy, right?
Okay.
Well, this side is about to die in 4 days. This side is about to die in 2 days.
Mhm.
All right. Doesn't matter what a case by case study. It's all fucked up.
It is, but you got to think about it too. That's not the only room out there. It's like you're taking it, putting everything into two circles and saying, okay, this is where it
Okay.
is. This is where the majority. And instead of just saying, you know what, like I said, for instance, it's also based on how you handle things. Like with my mentality is why I say I don't buy women drinks. The average, I've had a lot of women say to me, "Oh, well, you'll never pull a woman at the bar." I pulled quite a few because and I'm not gonna buy you a drink because I know what I want and I'm not gonna settle because society tells me that I have to settle. Statistics tell me that I have to settle because I know what I want and I know how to get what I want. As a
now, when you say you being at the bar, being able to get a girl's number at the bar without buy her a drink, it's an isolated case of saying, well, most chicks that be at the bar be expecting the man to buy them a drink.
But expectation and reality aren't necessarily the same. Because so if let's just say a woman goes in there and says, "I expect a man to buy a drink."
So
no, but
I'm as a grown man, you don't think so?
No, I'm explaining this to you. If they let's just say they go in and they say, "Well, no, my expectation is for a man to buy me a drink." As a man, if I say, "You know what, I'm not buying her a drink," at that point, that expectation stops at me. If she goes somewhere else and goes to somebody else and they do it, that's on her. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Again, this goes to personal responsibility. That's the thing. It's personal responsibility. We can't sit there and blame society for other shit. It's not what happens, it's what you allow. So, and actually my shit about to die, I'm at 5%. But again, it's what you allow. So if we're out there and we're allowing, these things, if you go into a relationship, you know what you want. It is what it is. Like when I met my girlfriend had way more money than me. You would never know. The average person would never know. But she had way more money than me. And the thing is, I wasn't even looking at money when I met her. I was more interested in her as a person because I knew what I wanted. And I was doing some wild shit back in the day. And I was doing some crazy, crazy shit with different kinds of women. But I knew what my plans were with them. I knew what I wanted to do with them. I knew how far I was going to take it with them. That was it.
Hold on, Jimmy. Do certain people watch the podcast?
No.
Okay, so I can say what I want to say. So basically, like, I know what I want, but I was fucking around. He's like, I'm from all these bitches, but I knew what I wanted.
Well, I mean, again, that's what it goes to. You know what you want.
You gonna fuck around, but you gonna know what you want.
We didn't give away a free show and everything, but
Right, yeah, it's like two topics combined in one. So.
it really is. It really is.
Hey, it was dope, dog. Like,
This going to be a separate show, but yeah, I mean, I think people just got to know what they want. At the end of the day, like I know I have one of my line brothers. His preference is a woman that weighs over 350 pounds, and he doesn't care if they have a kid because he's actually got 2 kids of his own that live with his ex-wife. They separated. They decided they couldn't be together.
So pretty much, he got a half a kid. He don't even take care of that one then.
Well,
so he got another one.
He got 2 kids. He's paying child support, and this man makes 6 figures. He makes 6 figures. And he wants a woman that weighs over 350 pounds. He doesn't care if she has a kid.
Yeah, I know this one woman, right? Like, she purposely won't fuck a person until it's making about a certain amount of money. Right. And then because what she does is, and she actually called me and like broke shit down to me. I'm just shaking my head like, wow. She's like, yo, listen. So listen, I went up online, I checked his income, right? He makes about such and such $100,000 a year, right? So when I get pregnant, and if he don't decide to keep me in the house, you know what I'm saying? I put him on child support. I'm making close to 40,000 just off that.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, but
that's what we went through when we was kids. So that's the reason why I am the way I am as an adult, right? Because those are stories.
I mean, you have people out here strategically.
I know.
Trying to get a certain guy, get pregnant on a certain time to make this certain money, and just
Well, yeah, I got him though. I see him. I see them all.
You're right.
I see them.
The only sure money is your own money.
Absolutely.
But some people don't see it that way.
I know.
Some people say your money is my guaranteed money.
You know something?
That's slick.
It was something that I was listening to Ari Spears podcast. And he was talking about the Michael Vick documentary, and they were talking about how he went down because his boys were out there fighting dogs in his house. So Michael Vick went to jail. His boys didn't even go to jail. He did. He wasn't even the one fighting the dogs. And when they interviewed Michael Vick and his boys years later, his boys said, "Man, we had it all." And Ari Spears said, "What do you mean we? Y'all weren't on the field playing,
right?
But y'all thought that because y'all were along for the ride that you were automatically entitled to that. But there's a lot of people that's like that. Again, I know a lot of women that's doing it. I know a couple dudes. I told you about my friend earlier, the one who has a unique particular taste in women because they get those Social Security benefits, and that's his type because they take care of him. That's what he loves. He loves a chick that's going to pay the bills. He doesn't care if she's paying the rent with Section 8. He doesn't care if their food is being paid for with food stamps. He doesn't care if SSI is paying the light bill, and he doesn't care if he's using the Obama phone. As long as a woman is doing it and taking care of him, that's what he wants. So,
I mean, if any woman shake that, you know, they heard that, I'm pretty sure they know a few women that do it on a regular. So
I agree. Again, but I think that's what we need to go back to the whole thing about. We need to just stop scamming each other. We need to stop gaming each other. We need to start being real with each other.
Right. And so my thing is like this, okay, people.
Stop having broke mentality.
Right. So there's a difference between what you like and possibly what you want, right?
Well, yeah, that's so.
When you're looking for somebody that's, you know what I'm saying, fitting the things that you're looking for to settle down in life, that's one thing. When you're trying to sit up there and ride off things, especially I guess what you think that you're old or that you can scam somebody out of, that's something different. There's going to be 2 different endings to those type of stories. So you need to pick which type of thing you're going to go through. Everybody has their own type, so let's make sure we understand that. So whether it's people don't like big girls, I've seen people that can't stand skinny. I've seen more people like big girls, as they call them, or you know, BBWs or whatever you want to call them. Like I said, even I like some meat on my damn woman. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen people that like the total opposite. You know what I'm saying? They're looking for like, you know, skinny, slim, bony, this, that, whatever. Not even that attractive, right? So everybody has a right to their own opinion. Let's make sure we agree on that. That's part one. You know what I'm saying? Number two is, what are you looking for out of any type of relationship, whether it's actual serious, like trying to look for long-term commitment, or even if it's, like I said, to the point where you're just trying to see what you can get out of short term.
Yeah.
So trust me, there's people out there. And as long as you're real with your situation, I have no knock against you.
Yeah.
Because in the end of the day, if somebody don't want to listen, they might just want that whole little shot in the arm, that little quick, like, well, I feel good, like this person's, hanging up with me or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So hey, and that works for some people. When when you have the older adults and they be having like the little sugar mommies or the fans only or whatever they call, only fans, whatever the case is. And they're like, okay, well, guess what? A lot of those situations, and I've talked to people, in the elder community back in the day, who was at those situations, hey, a little night, or a little person that makes them feel younger and showing them attention, whatever, that works them out. They don't matter how much money they pay off. Yeah. Are you really going to knock the woman that's sitting up there and showing that person a good time before they die? No, let them live. Because guess what? That person, that's what they want. So we can't always go by what we think should be everybody's preference. Everybody has different type of lifestyles. They live differently, and they have every type of different happiness. So, at the end of the day, it's a case-by-case scenario.
Yeah. And I mean, just one thing, because my thing's on E. It's something that I was talking to my brother about. My brother's body count is crazy when it comes to women. Like he says his body count's probably over 115, 120.
I like him already.
And
he gotta catch up.
word. That's what I said. I like him already.
So and I mean, this dude, he's been with a lot of women in his lifetime, and he's abstinent. He runs an abstinence ministry now. And one of the things that he said is, after he got out of his last relationship, he said he kept looking for the right woman, and he said, you know what? I'm doing it wrong. I need to make myself a right man first. And a part of that is knowing what you want. And some people don't know that. Some people look for others to validate them. So you have people that always have to be in relationships, always have to be married, always have to be claimed, because they need validation. But if you're confident in yourself, and if you feel like you've made yourself right, you don't care if you're in a relationship. It's like, okay, I'm single, so what? Because you know what you want. You know what you bring to the table. So I think that people need to focus on that. People need to focus on fixing them. Focus on making themselves right.
Well, I'll say one thing here.
Motherfuckers need therapy, Jimmy. They need to fix on themselves.
I agree. I'm a big proponent of that.
But before everything that y'all said, the first thing and foremost, they need to focus.
Yeah.
They need to focus.
And hold up. And one thing is your selections, people. And I'm saying people. I'm not going to like one, genre. People got to make certain selections. People don't do background checks and everything. They don't check the shit out. Seriously. Okay, for real, y'all. I'm talking to everybody that could be watching this. When the last time you did a background check on a motherfucker that you was into? They were probably looking good and sexy. You did not think about a background check. You thought about getting in that ass and you find out the motherfucker was crazy. Oh, no, I don't know. Your fault because you didn't do your homework. You didn't do your research.
Yeah.
I got a topic for you. Why is it when men go around and fuck everything in sight, he the man. He's dog. When guys go around and fuck everything in sight, they look upon like you the man. But the minute a single woman want to fuck every man she see and do her, she's a hoe.
Now those times have changed, dear.
Yeah,
those times have changed. So now, what I'm saying? Women getting hockey numbers, they get fucking reality shows. So times have changed, my dear. Times have changed. I'll challenge you on that one.
Woman, and she's been with a lot of men. I know many, and those same guys would turn around and be the same guy who fuck everything.
They got women out there bragging about this shit. So no, like I said, no, we're not doing that now. As fucking the Kardashians. As fucking as Steve Harvey's daughter.
We're talking about everything. It's being done. It's still being done. Woman is still
hold on. As a whole. But Queen Diva. That's Queen Diva talking, right? I don't got my screen on.
Yep.
All right. Listen.
The one and only.
Yes,
you must know my voice right now.
Now, what you say is absolutely true. That's been going down since before all of us. Now,
not these days.
Nah, that's why I'm about to put her on game. I gotta put her on game because I see that you're not on game.
It still happened. I had a conversation recently. It still happened.
Check this out. Check this
It
out.
still happened. Remember,
Now listen.
saying everybody. I'm saying it still happens.
Listen. I'm not saying that it's not happening. What I'm saying is, I don't know if you are paying attention, but if you don't see this whole wave coming, that the support of the whole movement.
Oh wait.
I'm serious. I'm being dead up. I'm being so honest right now. You check Twitter. You check OnlyFans. OnlyFans in the past two years done got 80 million subscribers.
Yes.
Okay? People ain't down in holes no more.
But you know what? But you know what? But you know what?
Go ahead, Jimmy. Go ahead, Jimmy.
But this is my thing. Even if we talk, but this is the thing. But this is the thing. But this is the thing. But this is what I never understood about that. At the end of the day, who gives a fuck?
They do. That's why
and this is the point that I'm making now. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Like, because this older guy said something to me that was real interesting. He said, people are so caught up on who's a hoe, who's not a hoe. He said, I look at sex like food. He said, some people could get a little morsel, get a little piece of bread, and they full. Some people need to go to that buffet. And he said, and I don't care which one I go to, as long as I'm full, I don't care about what you think about my hunger. As long as I'm full. And I think that's the problem. Like, we got to stop worrying so much about how other people see us. Like, I tell my girlfriend this all the time. Like, my girlfriend, she'll be like, I hate you. And I'll be like, you know what? You can come to the meetings. There's a Fuck James meeting every Thursday at 5 o'clock. Please bring cookies. Because that's how you have to look at it. Like, you have to really.
Point, Jimmy. That's my point. We could all be hoes.
So what's wrong with that?
Well, I think if we all accepted that, it'd be a much better world. But
that stigma of saying if women do it, they're a hoe. I'm telling you, that stigma is fading and fading and fading.
Listen, these women is out here getting down worse than men.
I'm in industries where it's going to happen right in front of my face, and it's just regular shit.
I put it to you like this: I can take you to a place right now in South Jersey that I took some pictures at, where that is actually embraced for women to sleep with a bunch of men, and the women are revered for doing that. So, I mean, again, stop worrying so much about what others think of you. What you do is what's
important. If you want to be a hoe, be a goddamn hoe.
And to be honest with you,
a wizard slave.
And be a good hoe.
But here's my thing. But here's my thing. Why even still call yourself a hoe? Because technically, it's a hoe. A hoe is somebody that's doing it to get paid to get some money. Why instead of
might as well get paid for it. What's wrong with that? I'm like,
there is something wrong with that. But instead of saying you a hoe, why not just say you a hoe? Why not just say you sexually free?
Well, okay, listen. Out of the three of us,
I'm saying what they're considered. I didn't say I don't judge nobody. People can do what they want to do.
Okay,
I'm
out of the three of us
came up a couple last week.
Okay, out of the three of us, who do y'all think at a very young age got paid for sex? Out of the three of us, who you think?
Who got what?
Who got paid for sex at a young age?
You. I think you got the stripper.
Okay, one said Icon. Who else?
Legend.
Also said Icon.
Do I need to start pulling up pictures? Do I need to start pulling up pictures of people when everybody was young?
Legend.
Okay, I'll say the first person who got paid for sex.
Wait. But okay, let's tally the votes. Because I think I got a few votes in.
Hang on.
Yo, Legend was making that money every other week.
That's who I said.
Oh, you know I forgot.
Hold up.
What?
Oh man.
Now look. I bet you right now, all the women like saying.
Wow.
Do we gotta pull the picture back up, bro?
Albert Flair was with Jay Lethy's like, wow. You know what I'm saying?
Legend is lucky I don't have the picture no more.
You were selling the dick too?
I was what?
He said sucking the big toe.
You were selling, no, you were selling. the
Okay, I
dick.
thought he
You
said
were
something
selling
else.
the
You
dick.
said, okay,
Selling,
motherfucker, we about to take this into like after hours
No, he
here.
said selling,
God,
selling,
yeah.
selling.
Okay.
I was
I'm
just
probably
sucking
going,
nothing
I'm,
back
I'm,
in that
I'm going
fucking
to edit that out.
and both said I ain't sucking at anything now either. So go on now.
Well, yo, when are y'all gonna have to take over? Because I'm down to 1% now.
Yes.
I'll take over, but we'll end it soon. But yeah.
Yeah, we might as well end it now because it's 10:40.
Oh, hell yeah. So you know what?
We burning that late oil.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let me just say can I say my piece, Jimmy? My bad.
Say your piece.
All right, so check this out. Make sure you tune in on the YouTube. There will be a video up. My apologies, last shit happened, but no, there will be a YouTube video up this week. It will be some new shit on Instagram, and this coming Monday. Unfortunately, Jimmy Bones is not going to be around, but don't worry.
Yeah.
It's the Icon Legend Connection taking over Extreme Truth, so it's about to go down. And yeah. A lot of stuff happening this month. I'm excited.
I mean, well, you know what's crazy? The project that we've been talking about is getting started this weekend.
Absolutely.
The secret project is getting started this weekend, and it should be out very, very, very
Oh,
soon.
and later on, it's another project that's happening.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna have to put it on Extreme because it's gonna be I can't even tell y'all what it is yet. I can't even tell you what it is.
Yeah.
But when y'all see it,
I see Jimmy rubbing off on y'all.
You said what? You said I what?
You rubbing off on them.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm the innocent one.
Jimmy, please.
Sure, right.
I really
Please.
am. I've always been the innocent one.
I know your type.
What? What's my type? Super innocent? Stays out of trouble?
They act. It's all the act.
What?
It's all the act.
Why does everybody think it's an act? I'm a super nice guy.
Until the lights go off.
What?
Objection, Your Honor. Objection, Your Honor.
Objection.
Plagiarism in the witness. Plagiarism in
And
the
you
witness.
would make a good lawyer. So I'm not gonna-
Speculation.
Your Honor.
Speculation, Your Honor.
Sustained.
You right up there too. You right up there too.
Overruled.
Uh-huh. Yeah, okay.
Remember, I'm the innocent one. I'm the one who stayed out of trouble and didn't do any kind of
You
wild
just didn't
stuff.
get caught. No, that's all that was. You didn't get
There
caught.
you
I don't
You
know
did
what you're talking about.
The same or worse. You just
So
did
you know-
just more sneakingly. That's all that was.
Well, I'll put it to you
Icon
like
and
this.
Legend was doing a reality show. That's the only difference.
Well, I'll put it to you like this. Y'all are gonna be very interested in the project that's coming out when it comes out. Trust and believe. Y'all are gonna be very, very interested in that project.
You know, if Icon and Legend actually did a reality show, that shit would be crazy.
Yeah. Fuck a script.
Yo, you know
Fuck,
what?
you know what I'm saying? All that.
You
Just
know what? We're
follow.
gonna have to do that one
Just
day.
follow.
We're gonna have to rent Airbnb for a week, get the craziest people with us, and just tape that shit for the whole week.
Mhm.
What? What?
Mhm.
And we'll put it on my OnlyFans. And
There you go. There you go.
So what's your closing statement, Legend?
My closing statement. Damn, what was the topic? Because we jumped from one thing to the other. My closing
it was a
statement.
podcast. That's what it was.
What would you like me to close on? Which topic? So I'll know where to run with it.
Close on laying that smackdown on somebody Kenny ass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Go
well,
with
you
that
already know, right? You know what I'm saying? We sit there and we talk about, you know what I'm saying, what seems good, what seems bad, this, that, whatever the case may be. Trust me, like I keep trying to stress each and every Monday, there's good and bad in every type of organization, right? You know what I'm saying? So everybody does their little mischief. It's just not everybody that does it in the organization. So you know what I'm saying? Like I said, if a woman going out there, and I've said this since I've been a kid, Icon can attest to it. If there's a woman that's out there doing her thing, okay, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? I can't say any different than a fucking man sitting up there, or a boy or whatever we were back in the day or whatever, you know what I'm saying? When those things going on, doing their damn thing. So you do your thing. It's all about how you do it. You know what I'm saying? It's all about class. You know what I'm saying? Because a woman can sit up there sleep with a whole bunch of men. I won't sit up there and wink another fucking eye. But if you're sitting up there and you're doing shit where you're sitting there scamming people out of something, you're turning people against each other, or like I said, you got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different baby daddies, then that's when I might have to look at you differently. So as far as with that situation goes, hey, to each his own is a case-by-case scenario. I think that's what men and women. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? You know, somebody can sit up there and say, oh, legend, oh, when he was fucking young, oh, that motherfucker was something else. But guess what? Where's my baby mamas? Where's my fucking kids that's not living with me? Oh, these rings right here, you know, guess what? They're not, you know, from previous marriages or anything like that. Nothing at all. So if I'm living proof, and that's what I always try to team out to be, like, okay, you don't have to be a product of what's going on at the times.
Yeah.
So ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if this is supposed to be my end of segment or I'm supposed to do whatever. You can catch me, Legend Damian Simmons, DAMION, on Instagram, Facebook, everything else. I truly appreciate everybody that showed up there tonight. We always have good conversation. I love our originals. I'm about to say I'm so fucking selfish. Our originals right here. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, we always know we don't sit there, we don't bite our tongue. We use it for better things, especially when the cameras go off. So make sure you got tuned in to us. You know what I'm saying? Mondays night, 8 p.m. Oh, I heard it. Yeah. Monday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Oh, yeah, mommy. Oh, yeah, auntie. You know what I'm saying?
If I could just slide
Pacific. Also, you know what I'm saying? We got Fall to Rise, starring our very own Jimmy Bone, James Brown. You know what I'm saying? We always deal with a topic each week with a different guest. So it's a little different from us, a little bit more tamed. But, you know, they have no problem going into certain things. They just don't curse like I do. I'm not on the show. I'm just in the crowd. So, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you got tuned in Saturdays at 3 p.m. Eastern time. I believe it's 12 p.m. Pacific. Once again, it's the same sign in and same that you would get to us. That's Saturdays at 3 p.m. and then Mondays. So the Icon Legend Connection. Okay. This is going to be this upcoming Monday?
Oh yeah, this is gonna be this upcoming Monday, and right now I think Jimmy just died. So right now, you on with the Icon Legend Connection, and we just gotta end it off. You know what I'm saying?
There we go. Should I sign off now before I get in any trouble? Before I get calls in the morning?
No, because
okay, Legend. You know what you was doing?
We were talking about women that was having a lot of bodies. And listen, women, if you one of those women that had a lot of dicks and had a lot of experience, and you come fuck me and don't know how to ride, we got a motherfucking problem.
Right. But see, that be the whole thing too. See, that be the whole thing too, right?
You can't be a hoe out in those streets and can't ride the dick right. What the fuck is going on? You can't just ride the dick right. Come on, what the hell?
You're still recording.
I know I'm still recording because this Icon Legend Connection closing out
There
the
you
show.
go.
So we gotta close it out the right way. Okay? Now, Legend, are you with me?
Oh yeah, well, you know, ladies and gentlemen, absolutely. When you sit and you tune in with us, we always have. No, we can't always, but most times we have an after party here. So that's when the cameras is off and we go in depth. So, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, join us. We have some of the best people, best talkers, best minds out there in our communities right now. That's from the tri-state area and abroad. So, by all means, join us once again. This is the Extreme Truth Podcast. This is the Icon Legend Connection signing off for Jimmy Bone, who was just with us. Once again, we have the after party, which is like none other. Don't get it twisted. So, like I said, feel free to join us. Join us for the show. Get your points in, and then afterwards, feel free to lounge a little. So we're going to lounge a little tonight. Is that okay, Icon?
Well, hell, you talk about lounging. It's 10:48. God damn.
Right, so we got to 11. How y'all? What y'all want to do? Can y'all beat the clock like I did? I'm the king of
clock. Okay, let's rock. Let's rock.
11 o'clock.
Let's rock.
Oh,
now y'all want to rock.
Recording off, goddammit. And yeah, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, join us.
I've been active. Don't even try it.
You've been active.
I don't even know what that means. I'll talk to that when the camera's off, so we don't want to disclose nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, because that active can mean a lot of
you said you've been active, so have you been riding it right? That's what I want to know, because you just been talking about riding. So you've been active. What you been riding?
Oh, shut up.
And we'll be back. Oh no, we're supposed to be cutting off, right? So,
this is Extreme Truth Podcast, ending off with that Icon Legend Connection. Woo, baby.